Dr. Srista Raju, UTM lecturer. Mr. David Ng and Mr. Victor Stubo. Ms. Nicole Fong and Ms. Farah Asian Trucker. This is a part of our members from the industry authority and all the other sponsors. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the third years of our coffee talk. So I really happy that we can still ongoing to this coffee talk and get all the members support, because every time we have some really important topic to the industry and we get all the person involved to share their opinions and suggestions to the industry. The focus of 2025 Coffee Talk, it will be on account receivable management, route safety, and tech in action about the safety. So it's very important, as we know the government is putting this safety impact into the industry since the beginning of the year. We have SLD, we have BGM, so it's very important for all our members to understand about this. So beside that, I want to make an appreciation to the sponsor. Today you can see we have Northport, Streamax, CLA, TransLink, MAN, and Westports. Thank you very much. Okay, your support ensure the successes of all the AMH programs and initiatives. Thank you very much again. Okay, I don't want to keep it long. I would like to appreciate also to AMH Secretary and the teams to make the event success. Thank you very much, Azwan, Mira, and Dominic. So, I will now pass the mic back to the MC.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Su. Another round of applause to my president, which is he said he want to retire next year. Hopefully he will continue lah. I still ask him to stay, but hopefully can lah. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Su, for your opening remarks. Hey, actually you have to stay on stage. Why you go down there? Please
Betul
stay
juga.
on stage.
You cakap banyak sangat, Azwan. Dah terlupa.
I talk too much lah. Okay, Mr. Su, please. On stage. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to have a photo session with the sponsor. I'd like to invite our esteemed sponsor and supporters to the stage for the group photo session. So joining Mr. Stu on stage, may I first invite Mr. Ulaganathan from Northport, Malaysia, Berhad. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Nigel from Streamax Technology. Next, we have D&D Control, represented by the CEO, Mr. Mahendra Raja, Silva Raja. Next, we have the superstar from Westport, Malaysia, Mr. Sherman. Okay, next we have the MD from MAN Truck and Bus Malaysia Sdn Berhad, Mr. Ma. Next we have the MD from TransLink Solution, Mr. Edward Tan. Okay, one photo. Okay, let's give a big round of applause to our sponsors and supporters for making today's coffee talk possible. Thank you for your invaluable support. All right, thank you everyone. Thank you for all the sponsors and supporters for joining us on stage. You may now please return to your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now move into our first panel session. Okay, may I now invite our panelists on the stage in the following orders. Leading our panel discussion this morning is Mr. Dominic Navid Martin. Tepuk sikit. Dominic atau nama manja dia Dom, we call him Dom, is an expert in IT system with a vast experience in the logistic industry, both in operation and technology integration. With his combined knowledge of system and on-the-ground operation, Mr. Dominic Toretto is well placed to guide us our discussion as this morning moderator.
Apa pasal ada echo pula?
I don't know.
Is it your mic ah?
I don't know. Is it my mic? Echo? No. Alright. Okay, next, I would like to invite Mr. Su Chi Yong, the AMH President.
Penatlah saya punya boss naik turun.
Yes, Mr. Su has been instrumental in championing the interests of Hauliers nationwide, strengthening the partnership with stakeholders and pushing for improvement in industry policies and operational standards. Next, we have Mr. Mahendra Raja Selvaraja, the CEO of D&D Control.
Tepuklah sikit guys.
Mr. Mahen, a pioneer in digital and technological solutions for the logistic and container supply chain sector. Under his leadership, the company has been at the forefront of innovation and industry modernization. Model. Okay. Sorry. Next, I would like to invite Dato Abdul Razak bin Nazahidin, the director of A Razak & Co. PLT. With over 3 decades of experience in audit, taxation, and advisory services, Dato Razak has been a trusted advisor to cooperation across Malaysia, bringing expertise in financial governance and corporate strategy. Next, I would like to invite Datuk Shamis, but he's not here yet, but it's okay. When he said Datuk Shamis is in the parking lot now, so I will introduce him later lah, once he's here. But before that, to start off our session, we are pleased. Hello. To start our session, we are pleased to welcome Mr. Mahendra Raja, the Chief Executive Officer of D&D Control Malaysia's Neighbourhood, who will share with us on receivable solution and digital tools. To Mahen, you may start your presentation.
I can take here as well. Dom?
Anywhere will do.
Anywhere.
Santai.
Yeah,
You
I
want
had
to
to. Good morning, everyone. How are you all today? How
Jawablah
was-
sikit, kesian.
Breakfast dia bagi makan dulu supaya kita ada tenaga lah pagi ni kan. You guys are actually the mover and shaker of the industry. Before I start, let me just thank the MC, Saudara Azwan, President AMH, Mr. Su, for the opportunity. Some key people that we are seeing, Datuk Tony Chair, FMFF, Datin, distinguished AMH committee for putting this together. Respected AMH members, the cargo will not move without AMH. That's the basis. You can have all the document, you can have all the payment, but you need the trucks to move. So thank you to all the AMH members to make this happen. Dear panelists, and I see a long list of government support. So that's me. I tried to look similar today. So if you can see, probably there I had a bit more hair. I did ask for a cap. I saw Azwan wearing a nice cap. So probably the next time I'll do that. I couldn't have my jeans and my white shoe, but it seems like, if you look, many of them are wearing white shoe. Selain daripada pegawai kerajaan, yang bukan pegawai kerajaan akan pakai kasut putih. Okay, so that's me. Next. So we have thought of something. We'd like to just put this forward. So this is a typical diagram of, I'm given about 10 minutes, just bear with me. This is a typical diagram of a haulage, and the haulage is serving the customer. The haulage has got a lot of functions to do. They need to go to the port, collect the container, and then they come and deliver the container to the customer. And then when the customer is empty, pick up the empty, drop off at the depot. Same process goes for the export. So the haulage has got 3 different customers. So today I'm supposed to speak about credit control. Something that is close to the heart. We from CLA, we are trying to digitalize all your logistics invoice. So if you look at the first haulage, our understanding there are 3 types of customer for you. You have the VIP. These customers make at least 60% of your income. And then you have your regular customer. They are probably coming on a monthly basis, but they don't have much movement with you. And then you have your irregular, or we consider them as a new customer to haulage A. Haulage B probably already have this customer with them. Okay, but haulage A doesn't know this customer. And then you serve variety of stakeholder. You have the consignee, shipper, freight forwarder, and forwarding agent. So there is a ROT request given from your customer to the haulier. And then subsequent to that, you will, after you have completed your service or before, you could already invoice. Now, I don't know how many of you all are sending invoice to your customer before you deliver the container, before you complete your service. You could. Your rates are fixed. So therefore, you can actually invoice before the service. But from our experience, we are listening that a lot of hauliers are invoicing after the service is delivered. Then you have payment. Your customer will make payment to you within a credit period. So there is no cash here. The haulier gets paid last. The haulier works like a banker. So I must be thankful to the shipping agent for giving us this opportunity. We have all the shipping agent invoice on our platform. Thank you to the forwarding agent. Now we are collecting forwarding agent also on board with us. And now we are talking to the haulier. So you can see there's a credit period that you have given. So here's where we play. This is the role that we want to share with you all to see whether this is a match. Will we be able to help you with some of your challenges? So when any of your tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 customer, they exceed your overdue invoice. I'm targeting tier 3, the new customer or the irregular. So you upload the invoice on the platform, on our platform, and we will charge you 10 ringgit per BL. So if you got 20 containers, it's just 10 ringgit. Okay? So you upload on the platform. We will put their name on an industry watch list. Now this is like similar to CITOS, but we're just going to share. We're not going to give any details. We're just going to give a company name, and then we try to flag them. Flag meaning we inform the other hauliers that this particular customer has exceeded the overdue period. But it's still your choice whether you want to serve the customer, okay? Then you have, we will, from the portal, we will send the invoice to your customer. Your customer will, we will follow up with the collection and recovery. This is what we do, collection and recovery for the logistics sector. In all the ports, nationwide we have 6 offices. The customer will make payment to us, and then we will do the settlement with the haulage. So we are trying to discipline the irregular or the new customer. Hopefully it will also go into the regular customer. We have done it successfully for the shipping. If you have any shipping invoice, you must pay within 7 days or 14 days. So the shipping used us as the bad guy to streamline and standardize the industry. So we hope to do the same thing for the haulage industry. So how do we earn money? Eventually when we provide a service, we have got expenses as well. So this is what we are thinking. In your condition of carriage by AMH, Association of Malaysian Haulier, you already have a 1.5% interest per month for late charges. So we will probably use that to collect the 1.5 from the customer. So we try to deter the customer from paying after the credit period. So what you need to do, three steps. Standard process, 3 steps. The first step, you appoint us as your collection agent. That means we can act on your behalf. That's straightforward. The second one, you inform your customer in your invoice that when the invoice falls overdue, if it's a 60 days or a 90 days invoice, you have appointed CLA to come and help you to collect, to recover these charges. The question is not recovery, because without us you are still surviving. You don't really need us. The question is to discipline the industry, the importer, exporter, so that they can collectively follow a standard rule. Now the rule is very fragmented. Some haulier give for the same customer giving 90 days, some are giving 30 days. And this is a commercial term. We can't change the commercial term, right? So we can be your orang tengah lah, orang tengah to help you. And the service only starts, once you subscribe, we only start when you upload your invoice. So if you don't upload the invoice, there's no service yet. Okay? So that's as easy as, that's it. I hope I made it as short and as cute as possible. Any questions, you all can always push forward to us.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Mahin, for that valuable presentation. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin our first panel discussion of the day. And I'm delighted that our moderator, a familiar name in the AMH event, my good friend, Dominic Toretto, has supported AMH for the past few years. And today, he will once again add through our panels and discussion. Dom, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Azwan. Bagilah tepuk tangan sikit pada Michelle. Aduh, D&D lemah lah. Tak makan, dah belanja makan, still. Bagus, bagus sana. Ada echo. Okay guys, we are here today for discussion. Let's start with the first topic. First topic, of course, is accounts receivable management, best practice, and digital tools that is required. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again. Saya kena baca skrip so mungkin repeat. We begin with our first panel discussion of the day, focusing on accounts receivable management, best practice, and digital tools. In the haulage and logistic industry, healthy cash flow is the engine that keeps operational things running smoothly. Yet many businesses continue to face delay in payments, rising credit risks, and increasing pressure on financial management. At the same time, new digital tools are opening up opportunities to manage receivable more effectively. We are privileged here, of course, to have this distinguished panel in front of us who will provide us insights of this topic today, from industry leadership, financial management, digital solutions, and of course, legal framework. Guys, our panelists for today. Wah, handsome-nya. Semua minum kopi Mr. Su, what coffee is that, Mr. Su? Starbucks lah. Okay, so let's start off. Of course, AMH punya function. First soalan kepada AMH lah. Mr. Su, as the leader of AMH, you have direct oversight of the challenges faced by Haulier. You also Haulier punya owner. What are the most common receivable challenges that members experience, and how does this impact your business, the haulage industry, sustainability in this sector? Mr. Su?
Okay, thank you, Dom. Thank you to give me the first question.
Always.
Okay, I'm in the industry for 25 years. I joined industry since year 2000.
You still look very young, boss.
Thank you very much for that. When I first joined the industry, becomes an operation manager in my ex-company. So I still remember, I have many customers are still here today. For example, Dato Torinja. And very kind Dato Torinja helped me. Every single consignment note or ROT I receive is always attached with a blank check.
Wow.
Am I right? Some of the old Hauliers friends here, when we start the business, the ROT come with blank check. And we will carry the payments with our clients 7 days. We write in the amount, we bank in the check. So there's no headache, no problem for Haulier company in terms of collection, in terms of cash flow, in terms of money problem.
So last time, if Mr. Mahesh tried to put his system, tak boleh jalan lah.
Last time, Mr. Mahen, no business.
No business.
But today, my friends here, I think we are really facing a big challenge that I think minimum payment from the industry is 60 days and above. Am I right? Am I right?
Alah, jawab lah. Betul kan? 60 hari.
So, I was confused after 25 years why a haulage that we're providing a transportation and haulage service also have to top up add in with a financial service. We are here to take our money to support, to give a free interest financial support to the clients. So, but in terms of our operating costs, driver, bank installment, diesel, nothing is giving us more than 30 days. So I think it's time from what that we have today, the new technologies to help us on these credit controls.
So, based on that, my next question is to digital person. You gave us a nice presentation. Well, I think they all
Thank
still
you.
sleeping lah. So macam ada dengar, tak nak dengar.
The Haulier don't want money because they got a lot of money.
Don't say like that.
That's the story lah.
Tak ada, betul ke? Aduh, tak ada.
Banker.
Banker. Okay, so the next question is more on digital question. As a solution provider's point of view, technology is reshaping how we handle financial processes. Okay, so how can this digitalization platform and automation tool improve invoicing, monitoring, and collection for logistic, in our case, haulage operators?
Great. Thank you, moderator. Thank you, Dom. Importantly, you serve a variety of customer, and these customers, depending on their size, they have different rules, payment rules. So their payment rules could be, some you may give 90 days, some you give 60, some you give 30, some probably even cash. Now we need a platform. We need a platform or a digital solution that allows you to see these invoices in a single platform for your customer as well. Now your customer doesn't have visibility. The larger customers, they have multiple haulage supporting them. So we need to give them a visualization of all the invoice. So I'm going to give you an example of, we are now doing DGC collection in Penang, which means we are appointed by the depot and the haulage is paying DGC. So when we put the invoice on the platform, we are surprised, close to 25% of the haulage is paying earlier than the credit period. This we are talking about haulage, earlier than credit period. Which means to say, if you have the invoice digitally, your customers will pay. Now, we as a businessman, we always think that invoice is revenue. It is not. Invoice needs to be verified, and then after you verify, if there's any dispute, you need to resolve. So we are thinking that on a platform, we should allow the customer to also come and use the platform to give some kind of common disputes. So if you have your own IT system, you may want to allow your customer to also have access. Don't keep it for yourself, but allow the customer to have access for them to also look at the invoice, look at the statement of account, and then give their feedback as to whether this invoice is accepted or not. We have seen that the containers are moving faster, 0.8 days, because there's a lot of payment being made advance. It will also become transparent for the customer who is not having a system to monitor their expenses. If they keep seeing the invoice coming in on a platform, they will probably then be able to tell you or plan their internal finance to meet the demand. Today it is coming via email. If they got 6 different hauliers sending them different timing, some bill before, some bill after service, some give a credit period. We need to do some kind of standardization. It only can be done with a digitalization of the services. So commonly, if you are large enough, you already have the system. I hope you can open up the system to your customer. Don't just send the email, give them an access to the system. And if you have it on a platform, imagine the kind of AI you can do. This morning, if you take these questions and put in AI, it will give you all the answers, right?
Betul.
So, yeah, correct. AI is so powerful. So maybe with all the invoices on a platform, the customer can see their payment pattern. If you ask a customer how long it takes you to pay the haulage, they don't know. They say haulage gives me 30 days credit. Betul, 30 days. You bayar bila? 60, 90. So Hauliers nak survive macam mana? So if we can give this data to the customer, I'm thinking that our Malaysian customer is good enough, they will pay. The forwarding will pay. Because I'm seeing it happen in the shipping line as well. They will pay. But we want to be transparent, give them this digital services or invoice in their hand on a faster basis. That's my thoughts. Thank you.
Panjang you punya pikiran. Panjang.
AI,
Tepuk lah sikit.
AI dekat belakang ni.
AI dekat belakang.
AI tengah tolong.
So, just a follow-up question. Ya, tak boleh pass. You cakap AI. So, if they take your system, will it be included with AI generation of summary?
We are quite lucky because AI is also Anwar Ibrahim. So he's also our Prime Minister. So we have a smart Prime Minister who's also having AI in his name. We, thanks to MDEC, I don't know whether MDEC is here, MDEC has given us a grant to build the AI of the payment pattern of the industry. By company, the AI will tell that you fall within 9 categories. Now, when you fall into that category, they are asking us now to push this data to financing partners to come and finance you. Oh. Depending on the category. If you fall on category 1, the interest rate is very nominal. If you fall in category 9, your risk is much higher. Therefore, if you really need funding, you can come and get cheaper. It's much cheaper than Along lah. Ini masih mau tolong. Hati masih mau tolong. Ini bukan Along. But it's a license by Security Commission. So those are some applications that AI can help.
Thank you. Got some new information today. So I see a lot of accounting people here. Kalau ada masa nanti singgahlah dekat booth CLA sana. All this information, how to do this and all, how the system can actually help you reduce the risk of collection. Penting. Itu sebab kita panggil dia orang. Tak nak pun you bukan you operation punya orang pun ambil card. Suruh Mahin datang one-to-one with your boss. Okay? Okay? Alright. So, from the law point of view, actually, is there any problem with going digitalization? We are still on the same question. What do you reckon? Will it cause a lot of problem? Nah, this one, CN cannot. No. So, what is your point of view?
I think a few, as mine was presenting, just few things was flipping in my mind. I think first and foremost, confidentiality. How do we ensure the confidentiality of the customer is maintained in the system, right? I'm sure you guys have figured it out, but the customer will be very sensitive because once your outstanding sum is reflected in the system, of course the system will be triggered. From what I understand from your presentation, the customer would be able to, follow up with their customer who's outstanding, who's owing the sum. Now, the end user, so to speak, who's owing the money will take offense and say that, look, your system is not keeping the information confidential. Are you sharing this information with anybody and everybody else? So that takes us to the Personal Data Protection Act, the PDPA, whether or not those requirements and ingredients of the act is maintained. So from the legal perspective, that might be some concern in terms of confidentiality.
Yeah. So bagus. Sekarang kita punya legal pula tanya Encik Maif sekarang. What is the legal consequences Okay? Ini dah boleh jawab ke tak boleh? Sudah sign. Cik. Relax je.
I'm just going to try to give you I don't know whether it's an acceptable answer.
Oi, Hauliers punya industri tak boleh try.
Yeah.
Mau hantar.
Yes or no lah. Yes or no. No, nothing in the middle. Firstly, if you put your customer, assuming the customer has an overdue and he's not paid, we're going to put him on what we call a watch list. It's not a black list, white list. For some reason they call it black. I don't know why. They could have called it white. Anyway, watch list. We are not going to put the amount outstanding. We're not going to put who he owes. It's just a company name. So when we put a company name on the watch list, the company will ask, why is my name on the watch list? So we are doing this for the last 20 over years. We have a standard explanation we give that you owe your service provider. That's it. So no amount. But what's important here is the other service providers will not go and take the same customer for cheaper rate. Now you're going and fighting rate. Knowing this customer owes Haulier A, you're going and giving lower rate to secure the customer. So we want to make sure that the customer is disciplined enough. That's the perspective of watch list. The second perspective as an organization, sorry, I'm selling. Sepatutnya tak boleh jual lah, ini coffee talk kan. Okay, we are also ISO 27001, which is the latest in the industry for data privacy. We are the first in the logistics industry to appoint data protection officer with a PDPA. So we signed a 10-year contract that we will ensure all data is protected, and we have an independent person in the office who signed up for this data protection officer. And during that time we realized if you have more than 20,000 data in your database, personal data, I didn't know that email is a personal data. I always thought handphone was a personal data, IC number was, I never knew email. Corporate email, so Mahin dnd@dnd.com.my is a personal data. So for that reason, we had to go and get ourselves registered as a data protection officer. And my colleague is here, he's the DPO right at the back there.
Cari dia nanti.
Sorry. So because that's essentially collection of data, right? Because
Yes,
you are
yes.
collecting data and storing the data.
Right.
Right. That
Right.
is why I think you're emphasizing.
But
that
I
they
always
have
thought that PDPA is Personal Data Protection Act. Why are we talking about business here? We're getting mixed up, But they said email is personal.
Yeah, because I think why they emphasize email is personal because the recipient or the sender is a person.
Right.
So though he is at dnd.com, it doesn't matter. But if it's Ali, it's Ali's email. So, but what is pleasing to note, what you have said is you have a data protection officer, so you are taking responsibility of the data. Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
memang jawapan dijawab CLA ada dia punya protection data. Wah lama, tengok baru Serana letak. Tengok belakang sana. Aish. Okay, so they have already covered this. So if you have any doubts about data protection, I think Dato' he has already covered. Okay, so now we'll go to the next. I know there's a question there, but we will keep the questions to the end of our session. Hopefully it's okay. All right. Very good, very good. Okay, so our next question is to our man in white, Dato' Abdul Razak, Director of A. Razak & Co. Dato', boleh duduk? Nak diri? You understand? Okay, so what is the best practice that can improve collection and reduce outstanding receivable management? And is there any system or digital approach you would like to recommend to make invoicing tracking, rectification, and reconciliation more efficient? Dato'.
Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera to everyone here. Thank you for the Association AMH for inviting me to let me share a little bit of my knowledge that I've acquired so that it'll help you make money going forward. Before I answer the question, I would like to share my personal experiences so that hopefully by the time you leave the hall and go back to your companies to run your companies, you will be so scared, you'll look into accounts receivable very seriously.
Ini nak jual service.
Now, how to look into accounts receivable? I am a body of person. A company is a body of persons, more than one. If I'm sick, and if the company or body of persons are sick, the company is sick. So your job is to make sure your company is not sick. If your company is sick, you look for another job. Now, how accounts receivable is so scary? Why am I scaring you guys? Our body, we have liver, we have lungs, we have heart. Take accounts receivable to be your heart. This heart, when it doesn't pump the blood, you die. Similarly, in your company, this accounts receivable is opposite to cash flow. Good cash flow is good blood flow. Accounts receivable is the cholesterol. Because you made a sale of 1 million, but your accounts receivable, simple meaning used to be debtors, say about 40% of them not paying. So your blood flow, you work hard, invoice the guy $1 million, and $400,000 is not coming in. The blood that is supposed to go in your heart, $400,000 worth is not going. So it may just pop out one day. So you have to make sure to focus on your accounts receivable. It's an item in the balance sheet. Every item in the balance sheet, look at it as an organ, a human organ. The fixed asset is the brain, accounts receivable is the heart, the liver, etc. So you have to keep it very healthy. I will run through the answers to the question, but this area, I'm trying to emphasize the awareness of this accounts receivable. Now, this accounts receivable is giving you 3 whammies, not a double whammy. So far, we heard double whammies, but this is a triple whammy. He's going to give you, besides heart attack, etc. For example, what you are actually doing, you go to the bank, say you start your business year 1. You want to transport for the first time. Just say only 1 transaction in the whole year, to make my example clear. You go to the bank, you borrow $100,000. You take the money, you got a job, you delivered your goods, which is your service. Now, you are paying the banker every month, interest. So that's one whammy. It's a cost to you. Bam, it hits you. Now you go and tell the customer you are going to do work for. He said, can I owe you for 90 days? 90 days credit. Oh, I won't give you the job. You want the job badly, you say, okay. What are you actually doing? You borrowed money and lent it to him, to buy your goods. He's not paying you. So you just gave him the money. You are paying to the bank interest for him to owe you and pay you later. So you are financing him. Now, when you went to the banker to get the loan, he ran through a thorough checklist to give you the money so that you would become an accounts receivable to the banker. I mean, non-performing loan to him. But when you give your money to your client, your customer, because you are giving your money actually to him to pay you back after 6 months, 9 months. Sometimes 1 year they don't pay you. So when they don't pay you, you pay more interest here. First whammy. Second whammy, you're giving a loan free without interest from him. Hopefully you are penalizing for delay in payment. Whammy number 2. Whammy number 3 is the tax. My background actually is, I have 5 years experience in Ernst & Young. My own firm, Raza & Co. Chartered Accountants Audit Firm, is 33 years old. I have 38 years experience. I studied law part-time for 5 years. I have a legal degree. So I specialize in tax law. The idea is to bring your tax down. When the tax investigators department comes to you, people like us assist you because I have the legal aspect of the tax and the tax agent computation abilities. I save a client of mine 320 million. They were hit additional tax. I spoke without going to court, legally and tax calculationally, because I have both the expertise, and brought it down to 0. So this taxation impact you're going to get is when the debt is doubtful, you made 1 million sales. You're paying tax on 1 million after minusing expenses. Now, if this debtor who is not paying you, you will try to throw him in the P&L, say doubtful. So it becomes an expenses in your P&L. It's a doubtful debt. We are doubtful to be collected. So your expenses go up. Imagine your P&L A, B, C, D, E. A, income. B, cost. C, profit. D, tax. E, profit after tax. So the debtor that's not paying you comes into your P&L as your costs. And the taxman won't allow a deduction. So you pay more tax. You declare 1 million sale, The 400,000 that was not paying you is an expense, but not allowed. So it's no more an expense. So your bill goes up. So the taxman hits you, the banker hits you for the interest. You go and lend money free to the guy to pay you back after 6 months, 9 months, 3 months, 3 whammies. So maybe now you will take your debtor who is going to kill your company seriously. The answer to your question is how to improve collections, okay, reduce your accounts receivable. Well, example is give incentives. Give them discounts for them to pay early so that this guy don't owe you for 11 months, 12 months. The longer he owes you, the more you pay the banker. He pays you fast, you pay off the banker, your profit is higher. The longer he pays you, your profit narrows down and narrows down without you realizing. Give incentive. Secondly, ensure 100% invoice accuracy before sending the invoice out, so that when the invoice goes out, the time starts to click for you to collect. When there are errors in the invoice, you get paid late. Some customers will purposely give you trouble and say there's a mistake here, there's a mistake there, to buy time. Time is precious. That's why they say warga emas, masa itu emas for the warga emas, but it's also emas to companies. Time is very precious. Issue invoice first. Upon proof of delivery, issue quickly, because the longer you delay invoicing, the longer the debt will be outstanding. Not good for you. Easy payment methods. Have easy payment methods. Online payment portals. Easy payment methods increases the time you get paid. Send friendly tone reminders 7 days before due date. Follow up on payment due date. Follow up is a very important point here. The doctor gives you medicine, he said, come back after 2 weeks and see me. He's following up. This word follow up was given to me by my lecturer after my last semester. He said, I don't have any gift to give you guys a present, but I'll give you one present. He wrote the word follow up on the blackboard. In life, you follow up, you are successful. You don't follow up, you won't. Customer is not going to run and pay you. You got to follow up and follow up. Then he pays you. So remember, the follow-up is very important. You can use automation to follow up, or use, for a smaller companies, manually to follow up. Use aging reports to target the old overdues, so that the new overdues don't become old. Quickly go for them. So you, with these aging reports, you know who to attack first. That means that part of the debts getting bad are going to give you stroke. So you get the stroke away from your body. Know your customer. Checks, do your customer checks. Just like the bank before he gave you money. He checked your SITOS, SICRIS. He asked you for collateral. And he asked you for corporate guarantee, personal director guarantee. Now when you allow someone to pay you late, you have given him a loan, but you are not checking your customer so thoroughly. You didn't check his SITOS, you didn't do a due diligence on his company, you didn't ask for collateral. If the banker can ask you so that his receivables are good, you also may be able to ask the other guy so that your receivables are also less and less poison in your body.
Dato', I think very, very comprehensive. I think if they need to know more, I think they'll come to you personally to actually talk. Thank you again. I have to go on to the next question, Dato'. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, my next question is to Dato' Shamish. Tolong nanti you nak dengar lebih sikit, please jumpa Dato'. Okay? Don't jangan. Alright. Our next question is for Dato' Shamish. Of course, Dato' Shamish is our legal, official legal for AMH. I'm very sure that some of our members also came to you for a lot of dispute, not paying and all. So maybe what you can do is share a little bit. And also, my question to you today, from a legal perspective, what are the safeguards that companies like us, Haulier, should put in place in their contracts or agreement to reduce the risk of delay or dispute in this payment? And maybe you can share a little bit of, I'm sure some of the our members have actually approached you without mentioning the Hauliers name. Dato'?
So, often than not, of course, not only Hauliers, any other companies always will have, in the trading world, debts are usual, unfortunately. So whether it's going to be a forwarder or Haulier, a vessel owner, debts are constantly there, okay? Now, before I answer the question, first of all, we have to understand the process, how it works for the collection, for you to go to court to start with, or to get a judgment. So, first, when you approach a lawyer, the first letter out is letter of demand, okay? Usually we'll just give 7 days and say that, look, you have to pay the amount and the sum need to be paid. If the person does not pay or the company does not pay, then you have to file a suit. A suit is going to last for probably about 9 months. If it's straightforward debt, maybe we can get a judgment for over 3-4 months. Okay? So so the question is, how do you shorten the period for you to spend time in court? Now, for me, the answer is very simple. Make sure your documents are tidy. How do you keep your documents tidy? I think I'm pleased to note both the speakers today, Dato' Razak and Main, have shared their views. Systematic follow-ups are very, very important. Your documents need to be tidy also. So probably we're using digital platforms. They keep your data tidy. So what do I mean by that? Your invoices have to be tidy. Simple things over the years I've educated forwarders and hauliers. Your service rendered is not even stated correctly in your invoice. So the boss will say, my accounts clerk made a mistake. So when the accounts clerk make a mistake, it has an impact on the organization. So please ensure, finance people here, your details in the invoice are correct. Your services rendered is correct. Now, after an invoice or before that, normally you guys have what you call request for transport, right? Your ROTs and all that. Make sure.
Sorry, Dato'. I translate sikit lah. Siapa yang tak faham ni penting tau haulier ni, penting. You kena ingat ni. Jangan just invoice sajalah. Dia tak bayar, kita sue dia. Jangan. Ini yang Dato' Syamil tengah cakap ni. Please, you as the person in charge, PIC, tolonglah nanti balik. You janganlah you balik sana, you tengok you invoice, you pun geling kepala, then please go and make sure your invoice is proper. So, kalau you nak advice macam mana nak buat betul punya, Tok Syamil ada. Okay? Dia charge you lah, tapi dia ada. Okay?
So basic stuff like destination A to B, put it in the invoice. Length of the container, put it in the invoice. How much? According to the quotation, if you have a quotation, put it in the invoice. Now, before an invoice, make sure your emails are there, getting your request. Okay? Then, after, if the invoice, you have 90 days or your 60 days or your 30 days given to the customer. If they don't pay, follow up with emails. Send them the statement of account. Put the 1.5% in the condition of carriage. Why AMH has asked me, probably more than a decade ago, I think it's 13 years old now, the condition of carriage, way then the committee, we all discussed and make sure to put the 1.5%, because over the months you spend in court, at least you recover something. Because in a year, you're talking about 18 months, 18% over the outstanding debt, right? Put the interest, delayed pay, interest in your invoice, right? So these are basic things which I still see some of our members, some of even the freight forwarders are making cardinal mistakes. Now, why is it important? When you make this kind of mistakes, you go to court, it's very easy to be disputable. The other side will say that your invoice is not right, your amount is not right, your statement account details are not right, the dates are not right. So you spend more time in court to chase this sum. So why complicate our case? make sure things are in order, to make sure our house is in order, to ensure that we spend less time in court to get the monies owed paid. Yeah.
Dato', soalan bodoh Let's say follow up using WhatsApp. Is it also acceptable?
Yeah. So commonly practice in court, practice in the industry now, WhatsApps or whatever social, what do you call, or the other communication,
Telegram or whatever.
all your Telegram and all that, emails, everything is recognized in court, right? Court accept those communication methods. So do not hesitate to communicate. The more you communicate with your customer on the outstanding debt, the more you get admission from your customer. If the customer says that I will pay you in December, that is an admission. So it's easier for your lawyer to get a judgment in court because there's nothing to argue. Because your customer already said, I will pay you in December. He never said, I think there is something wrong in your invoice. He never said, I think the date and the services is wrong. If he says, I will pay you in December, very good. That's an admission. So communicate. So I think, Dom, that's very important.
So, Dom, allow me to add something. What Dato say is, before anything, get yourself right first. Get your documentation, everything right first, before go to the process. Whenever we and our customer got dispute that have to end up to file a court case, is the worst, is the last. But before that, get yourself, in terms of documentation, all right first. So I think we will try to help to get secretaries to come up with the format of the invoice, what kind of content should be involved inside, and we get Dr. Shamish to verify, then we will give the sample to all our members.
I think we also will work together to put some terms and conditions in our invoices. So that will work in clarity when we give the invoice to our customers. That will help us if we want to go to court eventually, the debt becomes undisputable and there's lesser arguments. So when we help ourselves with having lesser arguments, when you go to court, I can tell you, your lawyer will tell you, I'll get a judgment within 2-3 months. That's very fast, right? Because end of the day, our documents are in proper order.
Very good. So, dapat free barang tu hari ni. Tak payah pergi tengok lawyer. Straight away, secretary, Azwan akan prepare satu invoice. Maybe you guys already have. Please lah, have a look. Maybe, ini tak ada ni. Susah. Okay? Maybe kita boleh jawab satu answer untuk you. The second answer kena bayar lah. Okay? AMH tak boleh sponsor semua. Okay, my final questions here for
maybe I'd like to share one or two examples so that when you all have a situation like this, you won't be in trouble. For example, the first thing the judge will ask, did you invoice the guy in the first place? Yes. Who received the invoice in that company? Maybe you go and answer office boy, receive and acknowledge. Try to give it to the person in the accounts department is stronger. Because the other side lawyer will argue and say, Yang Arif, this guy never gave my client a chance. He's straight away coming to court. Let out demand straight away. So your case is not so strong. The judges are saying, try to give him a chance first to pay. Therefore, like our learned lawyer has said, follow-up reminders are important before his legal demand letter comes out. That area, be careful also. Right. Thank you.
Thank you, Dato'. Again base lah. Paling senang dia punya jawapan. Make sure your house semua sudah tidy dulu lah. You nak saman orang, you punya rumah kotor macam mana, kenalah tunggu. Walaupun you are right. Understand Masuk court, anything can happen, betul? So please, very, very good discussion today. One last question, open to all the panelists, okay? From your experience, whether it's from the company, from digital, from the legal point of view, from accounting, what are the most effective ways to speed up customers' invoicing verification and payment approval process? How things can be done faster? Maybe the system will have a more, answer here. But from legal point of view, you mentioned all the SOPs. Is there a shortcut or no? This is the way. I open to the floor.
My view of this issue is like this. Say Malaysia and Singapore wants to do business with each other. So Malaysia will send its foreign minister to meet the internal minister of Singapore. So similarly here, your accounts receivable head must meet your accounts payable head of your client. Two of them got to meet, sit down, clarify the agreement, the terms. How you want my invoice to look like when I send to you, so that you don't give me problems later. How can I assist you to speed up your payment? Because the payment people are longer, they take longer time compared to the invoicing people. So you got to thrash that out. So you have that first meeting. Thank you.
So very good advice. Start mana-mana business, invoice boleh masuk. Dulu operation saja, container boleh turun. Get your invoice people involved. What is the best way? Bila nak hantar invoice, is it on the 14th, every month, every day? Get this cleared. Then harap duit boleh masuk cepat sikit lah.
Dom, I think I just want to share this current practice of the industry. There's two ways of billing. Correct me if I'm wrong. Number one is shipment based. Every RT come in, you invoice. Am I right? So you base on RT submission shipments to do the collection. The other one is monthly based. You receive your customer's RT, you deliver the container, you keep the invoice, and you give a monthly statement to give collections. Like this month, this customer, Tori give me 10 shipment. Then I collected everything, then I give him a monthly statement. He pay on monthly statement, pay me on credit term basis.
Yeah, could be monthly, could be weekly,
yes.
fortnight.
So with the current technologies that I know, we have also tried to link our system that upon delivery, auto-generate invoice and auto-delivery to customers. And we also can do a integration or API. The invoicing is go directly to the customer's accounting system, so that it will be all digital.
Very advanced, very advanced.
So I think there's nothing new, right? This technology today is already can.
So basically, what you're saying is, once the delivery is done, there are systems out there that says AR generated, invoice generated. So company AR Haulier will then send their invoice to the AP of their customer to be accepted into the system. All right, interesting. You can, if you have your own service provider, talk to your service provider to see whether this is already there. All right, something new?
Of course,
Yes,
if you look at one exciting industry movement is your LHDN, e-invoicing. That is an awesome platform that your invoice will have to be sent to your customer, and your customer has 3 days to dispute, failing which the invoice is already acceptable. Now, while it sounds so easy, but when you want to send your invoice through LHDN's validation, you need to provide your customer details. Your customer SSM number, their TIN number, their address, their email address, all has to be validated. Only then the invoice is sent, which will now force you to make sure the information you have is the latest information of your customer. You could be dealing with Mr. Kamal. I don't know whether there's a Kamal in the room. And Kamal, after a couple of months, he moves to another company. You are still sending email to Kamal. Kamal@bumi.com.my. And you think that the invoice has gone through. But now you can't do that anymore through the LHDN e-invoicing. So please use that to the best you can. Work with some of the service provider. Your accounting package service provider already has this integrated. So that will help you to validate your invoicing. The next is, of course, you have to chase payment. So I hope that's...
I just want to
Yes.
just add on something. From my observation, even when I deal with Hauliers or people in the industry, now, there's two common issues. One is a running account issue. Number two is, when I ask a question to the client, why did you let this outstanding sum being owed for 7-8 months? No, we appreciate the client. We've been dealing with them for the last 2-3 years, and we don't need to worry. Usually they will pay us. and we just keep on doing the service but not getting paid. Now, to the entrepreneurs here and to the leaders of your company, I don't think so that's prudent. What is credit control? You must have a minimum tolerance rate. Yeah, whether it's going to be system or whether it's going to be manual, you have to have a minimum tolerant rate, which means if your client or your customer is not going to pay within that specific time, then you have to stop. You cannot say that, oh no, if not the container will be lying in the yard and whatever not. But logic dictates that if someone doesn't pay, you cannot render your service, right? So you have to have this tolerance. So that's one. Two, do not let the outstanding sum being owed for a very long time. Take action. If not, in law, it's called stale actions, because you accept that the outstanding sum to be outstanding for a long time. So sometimes some judges view it that why take action after a very long time when you could have done or take action at the earliest time possible. So sending out a demand at the earliest time period is very prudent of a company, right? So the other thing, running account. I started my conversation running account. Now, you always have running accounts with a customer. Many times you will see that, 20,000 comes in, you knock off some invoices or you knock off half of some invoices. Let's be more structured. You cannot do that because when matter goes to court, it complicates the outstanding invoices. The opponent will say that, look, you have knocked off half of this invoice, but services were rendered full. How does it? It's going to be very difficult for you to justify, right? So managing and treating your outstanding sum and how your customer pays is very, very important.
Okay, thank you, panelists. I have to cut it short already. We have exceeded our time for this topic, but I will, however, open the floor for questions. I might take a few questions. Mike, stand by. Okay, so I will just open the floor for questions. Always remember, guys, tak ada soalan bodoh, Okay, tanya saja. Bagi expert dekat sini. Ini free, semua datang sini. Kita AMH belanjakan. Please ask the correct questions. I think Miss Rishma just now had a question, so I'll pass the first question to her. Then siapa yang ada question lepas ni tanya, tolong.
Good morning.
Morning.
I actually want to take back that question because I got the answers.
Okay.
My only concerns were about publicizing, because in the watch list, I was only concerned about would you be publicizing the name of these companies. But what I understand is that's not what you do. You actually just hold their capabilities from making bookings for future movements. So it's already been answered.
Okay, beautiful. So memang CLA dah buat dia punya kerja lah. Dia orang memang dah buat dia punya kerja. They are well prepared. Please go and see them after today. Yes, any other questions? I see a lot of accounts people around here. Adalah masa sekarang nak tanya. Wah, sekarang saya dah tanya. Sana. Bila saya tanya accounts ni semua sudah tunduk bawah. Ada mic sekejap.
Nama saya Tarmidi, saya daripada Armada Shipping. Saya ada satu soalan untuk AMH Legal Advisor tentang clause. Sekarang clause nak type panjang-panjang, lepas tu kita sekarang nak pergi ke digital. Kalau under QR code, kita letak clause dalam tu, adakah dia legal? Kalau ada apa berlaku dengan
Clause dalam means that you're telling dia punya clause you nak bagi dia sebagai QR code.
Betul.
Boleh ke QR code simpan banyak macam tu?
Boleh.
Boleh
Itu okay. Nak tanya dengan legal advisor.
Yes, okay.
No, for me tak ada masalah. Clause tu asalkan daripada syarikat dengan logo, asal daripada syarikat dengan logo, and then komunikasi kepada pelanggan tak ada masalah. Asalkan is clear lah, kena jelas. Clause 2, as I say, asal daripada syarikat and tuan punya clause 2. Asalkan dia misalnya outstanding sum will be or rather must be all outstanding sum after 30 days will be imposed 1.5% according to ABC Senam Berhad terms and condition. Itu yang penting. So asalkan clause 2 jelas, I don't see any issues. Boleh pakai di mahkamah.
So jawapan dia boleh, tetapi make sure you punya company punya ada link balik to you punya company stating that this clause is by my company, I'm giving to you. Faham
Faham. Terima kasih.
Dia tak boleh tiba-tiba ni share siapa punya company pun tak tahu. Then tak boleh lah. Boleh Thank you. Ada topi. Siapa tanya soalan ada topi? Sekarang tangan sudah naik. Yes.
Okay, anyway, morning to you all. I just want to ask you.
Sorry, can you state your name?
My name is Maniraj from Forefront Glamour. And just ask you, see, now I think now the industry will have a big problem on this. Most of them have a few companies. Today, they will do 10, 40, 50 containers. Once the amounts reach to 50,000 or 60,000, then they close down this company, they will move to another one, and a few companies, so we cannot go and find. So let's say now, when you're on the watch list, we need to subscribe. Is it AMH will post this to in our group that this is the watch list people, so be careful or whatever, or someone there or not? So at least others groups knows that this guy is a watch list. Because sometimes what happens, one they will do, another people they don't know about this. They just go continuous do this business with others. So just want to ask from AMH. Thank you.
So dia nak talk member lah. Tapi saya rasa saya tahu jawapan dia, tapi I will let the expert to answers.
First of all, AMH cannot post. AMH is not a party allowed to share the information about this watch list. I think today why we got D&D to be here, they are the persons, they are the parties that we work with them. AMH will come up with some kind of MOU or agreements that appointed CLA to serve our members. So once you participate inside, you agree to participate in this system, so you will have a right to get informed whenever there is some customer under the watch list, but not from AMH, but from CLA. However, to make this success, we need at least 70% or 60% of the haulage to be in. And we are both all honest to the credit terms and credit limits that we set for the customer. So when we are honest into it, when the customer is not paid on time or overdue to the credit limit, you pause into the system. Then all other haulier participants will not accept any more new business from the same client. And the second question, if the customer keep on close and change companies, I think CLA has a way to not only record it from the company, but to the shareholder and director as well. So if the same director or shareholder open the other company, they are still in the watch list. Am I right, Brian? So I hope I answer your question. Thank you very much.
I'll just add on to that. From my experience, I think it's very important. This is very, very important. Because there many times I have come across this, different clients of mine, whether it's going to be haulier or forwarder, having problem with the same end user. And this end user is, I'll call them rascals, who don't pay, and there are different clients where they use them, they lure them and tell them that, oh, I've got many containers per month, I've got 40, 50, so the hauliers give them good price for their service, and then they don't pay, and then they go to another haulier, and then some of the custom brokers or the freight forwarders don't get paid. So I think watch list is very, very important. I think to protect the industry and identify these rogue companies who don't pay or their directors, I think we have to come with a system to identify them.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you, panelists, for your valuable insight into receivable management. This discussion has been both great for us. A lot of things I actually learned today also. Yes. Oh, Dato', there's one more. Okay. We will allow Dato' for one last question for the day.
Okay. Good morning, everyone.
Dato', you need to come on top, no, Dato'.
No, it's okay. Okay, my name is Tulicia. Okay, I just have a question since the panelists is all here. I think I'm coming from this forwarding perspective. We understand that this CLA have rolled out quite some times already, and then especially with the association AMH and also the CLA together with our association SAFLA. My question here is that we have to make it very precisely clear here, because SAFLA we have the NCD, as everybody knows, and now we have the CLA. In fact, we are collaborating, and many of our members have utilized NCD and also CLA. But here, why I'm saying that we need to be precisely clear is that the usage of or utilizing this CLA, either from the forwarding perspective or directly from the importers, I mean the clients. All right. So I don't say that the complication is here. The thing is here that we must make it precisely who are responsible. We are talking just now. We are talking about importer or forwarding hopping around. I don't say they move. You know, they owe you this much amount, then they appoint another one, and then appoint another one. So the watch list is there. So the watch list is against the importers or the forwarding. My question. Mind, you know what I'm trying to say here. You know, sometimes those days we say that you use the word blacklist, right? Those days D&D we say blacklist. Who are you to blacklist us? You know, we are doing business. Who are you to blacklist us? So the watch list, I think, is quite viable to be used. But the watch list is the forwarding or the importer or the person who pay. Right? That's my question, mate. Thank you.
I think this question is only directed to one person.
There's probably a history to the word blacklist given by a white man. So he thought whitelist is not nice for him, so he chose the word blacklist. For some reason, it's been in the industry. The watch list, Dato', you pointed rightly. Hopefully, we should not hold the forwarding agent because they are also part of this, the intermediary between the importer-exporter. So far, our watch list is holding the importer-exporter. Now, from the Haulier perspective, you could be invoicing a forwarding agent. So something we need to sit down and talk to.
Why, when you mention that, you're very scared, Dato'?
You know why? Because you are holding them and they also have not got paid from their client. So it's like, I hold you, you hold me. Eventually, the client is escaping. So if we know who is the importer-exporter, then we can put some pressure. But just to give you some perspective, the portal with the forwarding agent, their customers, forwarding agent customers on our platform is 160,000 importer-exporter on our platform. Active is only about 70,000. And out of the active 70,000, the blacklist is below zero, the watch list, below 0.3%. So it's actually a very small community that is actually sitting in this watch list. So maybe with the haulage coming on board, it may slightly increase, but the decision, when the name is already on the watch list, the decision to continue serving the customer, it is still in the hand of the haulage. Yes. The haulage may still want to serve the customer because he's a good customer. They will say pay cash. You know, they're not going to give you credit maybe or shorter credit period. So we allow the industry to still find their way to serve their customer.
So basically, the watch list is not barring them from actually doing anything.
It's
just showing you that these are just bad paymasters. If you still want to carry on, not an issue. But it's just an indication, right?
So they may not be bad paymaster. For some reason, they pay late. So it sounds a bit better,
yes. I will correct my term.
I think Dato used the word rascal or something like that.
Allow me to add, Dato, why don't AMH, Safra, we work together to come out with the watches for the whole logistics industry?
Wow. Tepuk tangan sikit. Oh, very good, very good.
So that we make sure whoever want to use our logistics services is all orders to the payment. Right.
Very, very good. Wah, bagus ah. I saw one hand going up, Ms. Remba. We are really short of time. Okay, panelists, thank you very much for taking extra 15 minutes of your time. Where's the MC? Dah hilang ke MC? Ada 5 minit break, you sudah hilang. Okay, so thank you again. Very, very good insight. Appreciate everything. Guys, one more round of applause for the panelists. Woo! Please, lepas ni ambil card you, pass the card. Everybody is there, please. Kalau you nak tanya soalan lebih shy sikit, please ask direct later. Everybody will be staying for the lunch, so please, okay? Mr. MC.
Thank you very much, our panelists, for that insightful discussion. And our moderator, Mr. Dominic, for leading the session. Ladies and gentlemen, before we continue to our second session, we'll now take a 5 to 10 minutes break, coffee break. The coffee and tea are served at the back of the hall. Please help yourself, stretch your leg, and we'll reconvene shortly for the next panel of discussion.
Lepas ni interesting kita ada JPJ, ada Apad jangan lari okay, memang pasal ni kita datang, okay? Have your 5 minutes break.
Afsal, you cakap macam paksa diorang stay.
Tak ada paksa, nanti semua hilang lah, kosong. Alex, music, Alex.
Five to 10 minutes here, guys. Coffee break. And then come back to the hall. Stretch your leg, go to the washroom or bathroom, anything that you want to do. Then we reconvene here shortly for the next panel discussion. Thank you for your time. Cue background music.
Di sini tempatku berjasa.
Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan yang masih di luar dewan, sila bergerak masuk ke dalam dewan kerana kita akan memulakan sesi seterusnya sebentar sahaja lagi. Ladies and gentlemen, please make yourself in the room, in the hall. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan yang masih berada di luar dewan, sila bergerak masuk ke dalam dewan sekarang kerana kita akan memulakan sesi seterusnya sebentar saja lagi. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, sila bergerak masuk ke dalam dewan sekarang juga untuk meneruskan acara selanjutnya. Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention please? We will now be resuming our Coffee Talk program. Kindly make your way back into the ballroom and take your seat as we prepare to continue with the next agenda. Thank you. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, sila bergerak masuk ke dalam dewan sekarang juga kerana kita akan meneruskan acara selanjutnya dengan secepat mungkin. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, sila bergerak masuk ke dalam dewan. Dom, any more outside? Tolong panggil yang kat luar tu, council. Boleh ya? Council, tolong panggil diorang dekat luar, masuk dalam. Ladies and gentlemen, please make yourself comfortable as we are resuming our Coffee Talk program. Kindly make your way into ballroom and take your seat as we prepare to continue with the next agenda. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for returning. We will now begin our second panel session. So, may I invite the following panelists to join us, to join our handsome and kind Mr. Dominic Martin, our moderator, which is already on stage. I would like to invite Mr. Su Chi Yong. Tepuklah sikit.
Tepuk, betul lah, baru saya nak cakap.
Okay, joining us is Mr. Su Chi Yong, the president of AMH, whose leadership bridges industry and policy for Malaysian haulier industry. He brings deep insight into logistic operation and industry challenges.
Tadi baca sama punya ke?
Tak, lain. Oh,
Bagus,
lain. It's a
mantap.
different one, okay?
Mantap.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you for noticing. Okay, next, I would like to invite Mr. Mark Appel. I think I pronounced it correctly, okay? Hopefully. Okay, Mr. Mark is the Managing Director of MAN Truck and Buses Malaysia. He leads one of the key player in the commercial vehicle and transport solution, bringing perspective on vehicle technology, fleet management, and industry partnership. And next, we have Encik Hafiz from Land Public, apa ni? Land Public.
Aduh. Habislah nanti license
Sorry,
semua
sorry.
tak lepas tu. Uish.
Sebab I tak biasa cakap bahasa Inggeris lah. I tahu agensi pengangkutan awam darat saja. Ya.
Ayo kantor.
Okay, from APAT, he is involved in regulating and overseeing land public transport, licensing and system enforcement for road-based operator. And next, I would like to invite Tuan Azharin, Assistant Director from JPJ Automotive Engineering Division.
Wah, handsome lah.
Encik Azharin focuses on technical standard, vehicle regulation, and ensuring compliances within Malaysia roadway vehicle sectors. So this is the division that we always call KA lah, kejuruteraan otomotif. Macam kita punya license lah, KA juga from APAT. So next, I would like to call Tuan Nur Azman, Ketua Penolong Pegawai Penguatkuasa Kanan, JPJ Penguatkuasaan. Bahagian penguatkuasaan. Ini kita ada 2 JPJ hari ini. Kita ada daripada bahagian kejuruteraan otomotif dan juga bahagian penguatkuasaan. Tuan Nur Azman, dia ni brings frontline enforcement experience on vehicle regulation, compliance and public safety on our road. Okay, panelists, please be seated. So before we start the discussion, we have a special presentation from Mr. Thailand of MAN Truck and Buses Malaysia. Woo! Mana dia?
Dia kena daripada belakang.
Oh, ada,
dramatic sikit.
Now I must say, I must say, okay?
Okay, cakap.
When it comes to trucks, MAN is truly the man.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Berapa dia bayar you?
No, got some more. And this morning, Mr. Thailand is the man from MAN.
Mantap.
Okay, so there's no one better to tell us about their latest safety innovation and financing services. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Thailand.
Mr. Thailand, how much you paid him to say that?
He forgot to say if you add WO in front becomes woman. So both woman and man is important to make more trucks. Thank you. A very warm welcome and good morning, ladies and gentlemen, Dato, Datin. My name is Dayalan. I'm from MAN Truck and Bus, not men. Thank you. This is louder. And who can guess what MAN stands for? You win a free truck today. I didn't say the size of the truck. Okay, MAN, Maschinenfabrik Augsburg, Nürnberg. So we are called as MAN, and I'm here today to share a little bit about safety standards with permission from the lead in kejuruteraan otomotif. Dengan permisi, I would like to actually share a little bit. But before I move on, I would like to share MAN itself is a company which was established since 1758, over 260 years of engineering experience. And the guy who invented diesel engine, hence they call it diesel engine, his name is Rudolf Diesel. Okay, so in 1897, and we still have the first engine patented at MAN. And over the years, we have always pioneered new technology and innovation so that we are becoming a market leader. And similarly here in Malaysia, back in 2021, we became the first brand to introduce Euro 5 emission ahead of our competitors so that we make Malaysia more clean. And today we have more than 400 units of Euro 5 vehicles running around, and thanks to you because embracing new ESG requirements and compliance. So this is a little bit of the history, and our panelist is busy behind there. They told me that I have to go very fast, so I'm going to skip. Feel free to actually reach out to me after the presentation. I'm more than happy to actually share more about MAN. But let's jump in straight to some little bit of a technical topic. So when we speak about brakes, even very recently, 2 days back, we have one serious accident at Tol Kajang. So it's still being investigated. We don't know what, but speculation says brake failure. Okay, so brake is a very important element to stop, and it's just not simply brake. So if you actually deep dive into brakes, we have one is our continuous brake, another one is actually your service brake, and all the systems that come along with brakes. So a truck should be designed when your brakes fail, it should not fail. There's always a backup which is actually coming in. So for example, we have this patented technology, exhaust valve brake electronically controlled. With the actuation of your brake pedal, basically the engine is already starting to retard. So which means it's actually your disc brake or your calipers on brake pads on the calipers are not moving towards the disc, but your engine is actually starting to retard even before the driver is actually actively applying the engine brake. Only when it comes to complete stop, the rest of all the service brake is actually working together. By default, I think we should have ABS for sure. Second, we have to have ESP, ASR, anti-slip regulation, and brake assist. I'm pretty sure today every one of you driving a fantastic car out there, and many times on an emergency brake, when you actually touch the pedal went deeper inside because there's a brake assist assisting you to put all the needed pressure. So this is where first step from avoiding any collision is actually brakes. So fundamentally, and maybe it could be news to some of you here, especially our accountant colleagues. Dato, I think you're an accountant base, and we have legal base. For a commercial vehicle, heavy commercial vehicle, brake works on air. Is this news for you? Yes, I could guess, so I picked the right person. So it works on air. So air is actually also a very important element on commercial vehicle brakes, and it's actually hauling in certain instances up to 100 ton gross combination weight. Kalau ikut apat salah lah tu. Okay, but imagine how you're going to actually put a stop to a 100 ton gross combination weight. You need excellent brakes. So these are the different systems which is actually fitted to a truck that all complements to make sure the vehicle comes to a complete perfect stop in time. Then comes EBA, Emergency Brake Assist. No surprises today because I think more than half of you are driving a car with EBA. Many instances, we have officers from JPJ and APAT. Maybe there was a distressing call that you picked up and you failed to realize there's a car in front, but your car just at the nick of time braked, brake assist. Okay, dah berbunyi, tit, brake. That saved you from getting into a rear-ending a car. And what if we have this on a truck? This will actually save so much of lives, will reduce inefficiencies. It will improve your productivity by having this EBA, Emergency Brake Assist. ESP, Electronic Stability Program. This is something very interesting. I'm not sure if you raise your hand, I'll give another truck. There was recently, some months back, I saw a viral video on WhatsApp. One of our trucks is actually avoiding and took a very sharp turn with the trailer. It was actually somewhere on a road to Westport, I think. It came very fast. Maybe our customer is also present here. It took a perfect turn. And why? Because we had electronic stability program, making sure you can maneuver through a very difficult situation in the last minute without having to go turn turtle. So, this comes with ROP, rollover prevention. So there's a simple image that you can actually see how taking a corner at high speed can lift a cargo, especially if it's a liquid cargo. Because dia dalam tu cecair dia atau liquid dia terumbang-ambing. So you have to have all these safety items fitted to the truck to make it more safer on road. Digital axle load indicator. Maybe my colleagues from APAD will be very interested. Today, here in the market, you can already see what are you carrying. When you couple, you can actually see what's your weight already. So this is also a clear indication whether we are carrying the right weight to make sure that we are able to travel safely. Lane guard. So if a driver is actually not paying attention, he's swerving. This also bukan benda baru. Kereta semua dah ada hari ini. Okay, he's not paying attention. We have blind spot, we have lane guard, which will actually able you to assist to see whether you are going on a straight line. ACC, adaptive cruise control. There's pros and cons. Maybe some of you might not like it. Adaptive cruise control can take away fatigue from the driver. So when a driver is actually fully focused on, you have to of course come with a comfortable cabin and so on. But when he's driving, if he has an adaptive cruise control, the truck is able to follow the truck in front or the car in front, keeping the right safe distance. If the car or truck in front is actually stopping, this truck will also stop together. So there's no risk of accident. Next, we have damping control. It is very similar to rollover prevention. Now we come to driver safety. I think a long time ago, in the 80s, we used to see the cars in the road did not have airbag. And then with the good initiative of RTD, Road Transport Department, JPJ, what do you call this? Starting with, if I remember, seat belt. After seat belt, third brake light. After third brake light is actually airbag. Today, ABS is also standard in all cars. Even Axia Madani. Ada satu kan? Axia Rahma ke Madani? The cheapest Axia in Malaysia. Rahma. Axia Rahma. Axia Rahma pun ada airbag. Ada ABS, ada ESP. So, I think this should be actually made mandatory that all trucks should have airbag for driver safety. Second, 3-point safety belt. Then, this is actually how we can make it easy for drivers to keep their eyes on the road while they have to actually work on their navigation, or if they want to work on their audio system and everything. In the car sudah ada dah, easy select. And then the cabin. The cabin has to actually comply to UNECE test standards, especially UNECE 29-3, making sure the driver is well protected, is not trapped. And the fire department are able to save the driver. The doors should be able to be opened. Body in white, the material used to build cabin. Okay, it shouldn't be inferior from passenger cars. I'm sure hari ni bila you beli kereta, your salesperson in the passenger car will tell you this car is very safe because we are using a high tensile steel. Everything is super good. In the same way, it should be the same for the trucks as well. This is actually very interesting. I also saw some of our business partners behind there actually having camera system. Camera system is actually no longer something new to everybody. Passenger cars having it, commercial vehicles having it. We should eliminate blind spot. And of course, OptiView, which is a digital mirror replacement, works very effectively, whereby you are able to see things a normal mirror cannot see. You have to invest a little bit more, but it actually gives you a lot of safety advantage. Tipmatic. Okay, what is Tipmatic? Do you believe if I say today this is the gear lever of a truck? This is a gear lever of a truck, which actually comes with, in your passenger car, probably you have Sports. If you're driving a BMW, there may be Sports Plus. So you have Sports Plus, Sport, and then you have Eco Pro and Comfort. Almost every other cars have this. But for the truck, we have so many different programming standards. You can choose an order to program according to your usage. Why we are emphasizing on this? Because you need to have the right driving program for the right application. So, and this will make the truck a safer truck for operationally. See, for example, going up the hill, you have to have the right program. Otherwise, imagine it stops at the middle of the hill and starts rolling down. That's a problem. Telematics. It's not new. Every manufacturer have introduced telematics. What we can go beyond in telematics is actually providing not only your driver behavior, vehicle usage, emission data, how much of CO2, but we can also do something extra, which is giving you diagnostic information. You can already read fault codes. It will actively tell you what fault codes you have, so you can plan your preventive maintenance. So you avoid breakdowns completely. So making it also a safer place to drive the truck on the road. You'll be surprised I'm going to speak on service contract and what it has got to do with safety. I think that this is the most fundamental issue. When you have a truck which is not properly maintained, we cut corners by using non-genuine parts, we can ask the workshop, ini boleh pakai lagi ke? Lagi 1 bulan boleh pakai. All these are risk for your operation as well as actually other road users. So, when you subscribe to a maintenance contract, you know you have peace of mind, you can focus on delivering good service to your customer. Manufacturers like MAN can take care of your vehicle, and most importantly to our stakeholders, we make sure the road is a safe place for everyone to use. The next one, having a license is not enough. I have a truck driving license, but I feel almost very sure I will be a bad driver. Every truck comes with different characteristics, driving behavior. Hence, driver training is super critical. Driving Formula 1 cars, not every one of us can become a Formula 1 driver. So, similarly, you have a truck driving license, but to further enhance your skills, you have to subscribe to driver training program. And we have many different programs according to your needs. And this will make sure, and you have to have refresher, and most of the driver training provided out there, at least for us, I know for sure that we are fully HRDF claimable. So you have to have periodical training, refreshers for your driver to fully utilize all these technologies, making sure that they are a safe driver. 1 more minute. Okay, from behind he's hiding and quietly telling me 1 more minute. Huh? Okay, I'll make it very short. So I came to my last slide. Okay, and feel free to contact my colleagues behind there. Every one of us in red, but look for the one with the MAN word. Okay, Edward is my good friend. Okay, both are red, so it shows our close relationship. Okay, red means prosperity. Yeah? So. Last but not least, you'll be wondering, nice to see all this technology. It's going to cost money to invest. And we take care of that too. So having said that, we can actually finance every single purchase of your truck, regardless of new or used, okay, without having a single cent coming out from your pocket. You must be very interested, right? So please do see us at the back. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Tayalan. Thank you, Mr. Tayalan, for that insightful presentation. I think we can all agree when it comes to safety, financing, the man really know how to keep the wheels turning smoothly, especially Mr. Tayalan. So, and don't worry, sir, you keep your promise, no heartbreaking. Only a smooth ride of information for us this morning. Now, with that momentum, let's shift gears and move into our panel discussion. I'll hand things back to our moderator, Mr. Dominic Navin Martin. Tepuk sikit.
Dah keluar nama penuh dah. My full name. First of all, cantik jugalah dia punya gambar sini Tuan,
puji diri sendiri.
Asal tak ada pakai full suit. Memang cantik. Okay guys, today, this is jokes aside, The second part of our discussion or topic today is road safety, technology, training, and enforcement. Okay, this is a bit serious because, as you know, safety is not just about compliance, but about protecting lives and ensuring reputation and long-term sustainability in our industry. With new technologies like the DMS, driver monitoring system, ADAS, Advanced Driver Assistance System, alongside structured training and stronger enforcement, the road ahead may become safer, hopefully, for all those that use it, including the public, okay? Of course, we are honored here today to have among us very, very strong industry, from government to the manufacturers and to our own association leader, okay? I was serious lah suddenly, tiba-tiba serious punya apa? So serious topic. Let me relax a bit. Okay, of course, we start off with Mr. Su as the president. From the industry perspective, Mr. Su, what are the biggest road safety challenges currently faced by Haulier, and how operators are trying to address that? From, of course, you own a haulage company yourself. Can you share a little bit insight on what you are doing and what the industry should move forward to?
Okay, thank you, Dom. Again, first question come to me, always. Okay, I think, first of all, the industry stand, AMH stand, we are never compromise safety to anything. Safety is always number one, and that's what we share and tell our members, don't compromise. However, we know from the statistic, last year, 2024, the actual accident cases involved in commercial vehicle is actually less than 3%. Not a lot, but every single cases involved in commercial vehicle, buses, lorry, always is a very serious case and cause a lot of very sad case, a lot of death, a lot of life loss.
Loss of life and
loss of life.
Yeah, and because we are carrying the bigger cargos, it becomes right on the front page, you know, Mawut.
And you know, today, the social media, anything happen within 10 minutes, whole world slow. So we are working very closely to ABAT, JBJ, MOTs, working towards these safety programs, where I think we are experiencing this year, there's two major things applied to the industry. Number one is the BGK. So the BGK will be due by this year end. We are trying to push all our members to upgrading our equipment. But with the immediate action, the let them back to back, sudah stop. Right, Tuan? So this is something industry is trying to work together and trying to reduce the risk to the public transportations. And however, our challenges, all the regulations coming into us, for example, the latest SLD, the speed reducing device, is giving us a very short period. We are pushing members to comply to the SLDs. So we know there's more and more to come from the regulator. So what can we do now is to push the industry qualifies and comply to the regulation we needed. But of course, cost, effort is involved. There is nothing to save. To comply to the safety, to the regulation is always a cost. So three parts: company, equipment, driver. All these three parts have to be up to the standards to comply and to reduce. We hope that one day we have zero accident rate involved from the container haulage. Thank you.
Yes, we hope that too. Tepuk tangan sikit, kita harap Sifa, okay? Sifa, kepangalangan. Okay, our next question is to Mr. Mark. Since Mr. Mark is not only has dealt with Malaysian, Malaysian scenarios, So as a global truck manufacturer, could you share a little bit how technologies, what are the main drivers adoption of advanced safety features in Malaysia, and how can collaboration help overcome them? From your perspective, you have seen the Malaysian market, you have also seen overseas market. Just share a little bit on us how we can improve on our safety here in Malaysia.
Yep. Thanks for the question. So first of all, I have to say the initiative from the government, from the Ministry of Transport, the Malaysian Road Safety Plan, is really something what I would call a best practice. Because there are two things, and this is something what I have not seen so far in many other countries. Stakeholders on the table and discussing how we can avoid accidents on the road. And I also have to say, and I know I'm not here to making compliments, but the infrastructure you have here in Malaysia is really comparable, and I would also say comparable to Germany. So the roads and infrastructure are really good here in Malaysia.
Maybe we change. Faham ke, Mr. Mat cakap kita punya taraf so-called sama dengan Germany. Wow, tepuklah tangan sikit. Wow. Lebih kurang. Bagus.
So of course there's always room for improvement, and as we just have said, only to give you some numbers. Globally, 1.3 million people die yearly in an accident on the road. So I don't know, do I have the correct number for Malaysia? It's something around 4,600 people. And we all know what does it mean for a family if they are losing the mother, the father, or even worse, children. So this is why we, as a manufacturer, really keen to bring the best standards into the markets. So I can say this is already there. So we just talked about active safety features. So active, we distinguished between active and passive. So active means we want to avoid an accident. And there you have to know 90% of the accidents on the road is caused by a human error. 90%. So if you can avoid this using, as we call it, ADAS, Adaptive Driver Assistance Systems, of course, this will have an impact. And Thailand also said it, this will come with a cost, of course. And maybe it's not my right to say it here, but I want to bring another party into this discussion. This is the industry. So, and you was asking from my experience. So in the last 10 years, I was working in Germany, Switzerland, and Austria mainly, and there is it quite clear if a manufacturer is loading a truck or a trailer, he is also responsible. So if the truck and the trailer is leaving the premises of a manufacturer, and for example, the load is not properly secured, he will also be punished. And why I'm saying this, from my feeling, sorry, I'm not an expert, but logistic services is way too cheap in this country. It's way too cheap what you are getting for your service. So this is why I'm also saying the industry, the manufacturer, has also to come onto the table, because it's really important that this is paid on a normal standard, I would say, so that you can make also profit out of it. So if it's that this is possible, of course everyone is willing to invest in new technology, and this is really important that you are able to invest in new technology. So on there, I would say the second factor, and we also touched on this, is of course the driver. And this is also a little bit different. So I was also, when I was a student, I was also driving a truck. And there, if you want to use your truck license, driving license, commercially, you have to do an exam. You have to do an exam, because truck driving is not just a job. is a profession. So, and you have to be skilled on the truck, means the technology, also the rules, the registrations, and all these is quite important also for a truck driver. And therefore, I would also say it's really necessary that we are train our truck drivers, and is also bringing us a better image, because this is also the same in Europe what we have. Truck driving has not the best image, to be honest. Yeah. And this we can also change, because of course if you are putting your name on a trailer as a company on the truck, of course you are visible. And this is also something where you can show that you are a professional guy if your truck driver is trained well. And I could already see that a lot of the logistic company are doing this. So, and maybe also to the authorities, maybe you have to look into it, that you educate, that we educate the drivers. This would be also something what we really can do, or where we can, from my point of view, improve. And once again, and we have seen what is possible, on you also to give you a little bit a flavor. So in a truck today, and everyone has an iPhone, I know, the programming codes in a truck is double than in your iPhone with all the apps. So it's already digital. So, and therefore it's also important what we just said, maintaining a truck is not an easy job. So, and therefore you need the experts. So I would really be happy if we can enforce that all the logistic company are using active safety features, especially ADAS, and then we will really see that we will avoid accidents on the road.
Thank you, Mr. Mark. Memang, if I'm not mistaken, kalau tak silap saya lah, tuan daripada agensi, there is something that is now in progress untuk memastikan that the equipment, driver training will be in place. I think tak ada lagi, atau memang tak boleh beritahu lagi ke apa, tapi saya ada dengar sikit. So nanti kalau boleh cerita sikit, kalau tak boleh then kita faham sajalah, belum lagi nak announce, okay? But I think Mr. Mark, like as you say, the government is trying the best. They are also putting some plans to actually train drivers more efficiently, give them proper actual driving classes, and also dengar cerita there is some enforcement coming in, maybe for the ADAS or DMS. But how it's going to be, how long is it, itu belum tahu lagi. Mungkin nanti tuan-tuan boleh beritahu, then kita ada dapat news sikit. Okay? Alright, so moving on to our next question for Encik Hafiz. Okay? Hafiz, how is APAT addressing safety and certification to ensure that heavy vehicle operators are adequately prepared for the demands of the road? So ini lebih ke dia punya kenderaan lah. Ada tak apa-apa? Atau tak boleh beritahu, can inform us? Tuan Hafiz?
Okay, thank you Mr. Dom. Okay, first of all, I need to clarify lah. The picture on the slide, the face is mine, but from my face bawah,
daripada leher bawah, bukan you
It's not me lah. AI sebab I takut ada apa?
Sebab you pun support itu Starbucks. Nampak macam you support Starbucks.
Clarify lah. Sensitive issue.
Okay, tuan, noted. Disclaimer.
Disclaimer first. Okay, for training. Okay, as a road safety trainer myself, okay, I believe training is what we call crucial in road safety lah. If you ask Mr. Nur Azman, enforcement is the most crucial lah.
Betul. Nanti dia ada demikian.
Okay, but for APAT, we have trained about APAT ICOP safety training since 2019. Since APAT what we call being
was formed lah,
was formed. Okay, it was established. So we have trained about 30,000 company for APAT ICOP safety training. Okay, and I just want to promote it again and again. The training is still free. Maybe next year, maybe need to pay lah.
Cepat. Ni siapa?
Cepat,
Ambil nombor nanti. Percuma lagi, guys.
Still free. So you can register at APAD website lah now. Okay. Before this, we do our training online. But after we have discussed with Myros and researcher, we found it that face-to-face training is more effective lah. So we go to face-to-face again. Alright. And also for your information, the training is compulsory in licensing process. If let's say you attend training, then we can go to 3 years, 5 years for renewal.
So Tuan, kalau saya sudah pergi training, saya nak lagi sekali pergi training, boleh?
Boleh.
Okay boleh
because we support
guys.
Road safety, please do. Sebab training is not a one-off session. It needs to be what we call continuous training. Okay. So we have 5 pillars on ICOP. First, management responsibility. Okay. Bagi saya kepala kena betul lah kan. Baru ekor akan ikut lah.
Betul.
I takut
Setuju.
kepala pergi langgar dinding, everything pun langgar dinding lah.
So Mr. Mark, they said it has to start from the top, then the bottom will follow. Right, very true.
Second, driver management, vehicle management, risk management, also record management lah. It is quite close to our JISA, JPJ Inspection Safety Audit. Alright, so it is compulsory for you lah. Alright, second, way forward. Through our new regulation, we will regulate every drivers need to attend safety training. Once in a year, recognized by HRD and also APAT lah. This is our new regulation.
Tapi sudah keluar regulation
belum.
Boy, so guys, ada dengar? Ada berita ni, bagi hint. Siapa tengah tidur, tak dengar tu, nak kena repeat ke?
So boleh lah kot pergi MAN training tu free ni lah.
Tuan cakap new rules akan keluar. Your drivers have to sit for yearly assessment. Betul. Safety training. Sudah nak keluar dah ni. Lebih banyak duit lah kita keluar. Tapi tadi MAN ada cakap free. Boleh HRDF. Cepat-cepat cari HRDF MAN. Okay?
Okay, lastly, for APAD, we are in the final stage to develop ICOP e-learning. So the training can be done anywhere and for wider audience lah, because we have a lot of operators. So then, like you said, we can do more 2 or 3 times lah for ICOP e-learning.
Tuan, tanya satu soalan.
Okay.
Untuk driver training lah, you cakap sekarang nak mandatory. ICOP tak boleh buat free ke first time? Tanya je lah. Tanya saja.
Ini pun sudah pening, kita masih tekan je. Free, when you want to charge.
Kita punya member nak free.
Tapi
boleh dipertimbangkan.
Everything have cost.
Betul.
We try to minimize the cost for you all lah. Okay.
Cantik. Maknanya mungkin ada.
Mungkin
ada. Okay. Tepuklah sikit nanti dapat. Aduh.
Okay, thank you sir.
Thank you. Very good the answer. Thank you Encik Hafiz. Okay, sekarang kepada Tuan Azharin. Tuan, daripada JPJ ni, could you elaborate on the current road safety requirements for heavy vehicles and what new regulation are being considered to enhance safety? Kalau boleh sneak peek sikit.
Okay, terima kasih Tuan Moderator. Okay, right, we just right, the first session we has heard with regard the technology, with regard on the heavy duty vehicle, especially for the goods vehicles from Mr. Tayalan just now. So actually we aware that a lot of technology available in industry, but actually is not all technology suitable based on environments, road traffic in Malaysia, right? So everything we need to decide based on the data, right? So based on the current safety requirement, what JPJ have enforced. Okay, I am focused on the new vehicles for goods vehicle. Okay,
So, okay, every every new vehicle should have approvals from JPJ, vehicle type approval. Without the VTA approval from JPJ, the model of the vehicle cannot be marketed and licensed to be used on the road. Okay, that's the first. Right, through the VTA, we have implements the technology, right? So the technology not simply declare, comply by manufacturer, right? In Malaysia, JPJ, we have made United Nations Regulation or UNR as the main benchmark in terms of the safety, technical requirement of the motor vehicle, passenger vehicle, motorcycle, including goods vehicle, right? So anything technology in terms of the general safety, active safety, passive safety, developed under the UN regulation platform, we will adopt under the VTA. So if we can see on the current technical requirement specifically for the goods vehicle actually is not much actually, right, especially for the ADAS, tak banyak. Okay, because currently in JPJ we first thing we still focus on the safety of the vehicle, but we focusing on general safety and passive safety. So that's mean for the passive safety, for example, right, cat protection. Okay, cat protection. So one of the UN regulations should comply R29. R29, right? So cat protection, one of the item in terms of the passive safety, and seat belt, seat, okay, steering system, braking system, light and lightning signaling of the vehicle. That's currently that's the item focusing in JPJ in order to improve the safety features, especially for the new vehicle in Malaysia, not only for good vehicle, right? So in future, right? So in future, of course, JPJ will explore to introduce the new technology, especially for the active safety, right? For example, ESP, right? Electronic Stability Program. Currently, we have enforced the same system on passenger vehicle, what we call Electronic Stability Control, ESC. And so in future, yes, JPJ, we will keen to introduce the technology. That means the technology should be to become the mandatory item. Okay, and we have and also we need to find any UN regulation which cover the issue on blind spot. Okay, so the biggest problem is for the heavy truck. One of the biggest challenge is blind spot, right? Blind spot for the cyclist, pedestrian, right? So in future, yes, we have, but in terms of the implementation from JPJ, we will start with domestic consultation, right? So we will start the domestic consultation. We need to the input. So after we have get the input, the data, right, from our counterpart, maybe from, of course, from Myros. So all the data we will use to establish the new policy. So that's what's the principle will be used by JPJ before we introduce new policy, especially to improve the safety for the new motor vehicle in Malaysia. So I think for industry perspective, yeah, we aware the challenge to comply the new technology, the new requirement. Yes, the main challenge is the cost, how to implement, how to comply the standards, right? And we aware that's what we call the regulatory burden. Yes, we aware. But from JPJ, we need to balance between the impacts and also the safety, road safety in Malaysia. Right. Thank you. That's all
Terima kasih,
for my
Tuan.
explanation.
Panjang information tu. Tapi Tuan, saya nak tanya satu saja. Kita ni kadang-kadang, we here ada masalah. When JPJ, I think sometimes they categorize if it's cargo, they don't consider license KA and also A. They do regulation for boat, anything that carrying cargo. But actually, I harap lah, you can actually invite us kalau ada macam container punya trailer involved in setting up the policies. Maybe you can invite us to actually give some insight. Saya tahu Tuan ada take your your data from other places, but kebanyakan ialah ambil daripada cargo. Kita yang risau. Itu je kadang-kadang. Boleh tak Tuan next time kalau ada apa-apa new policy, maybe jemput kita punya team ke, kalau boleh lah, tanya je. So at least kita boleh bagi input. Ni kadang-kadang member ni they call and say, this is nothing to do with us. This one is cargo punya regulation. So macam tu lah. Tuan, harap boleh. Okay? Alright. Okay, Mr. Su, you got any questions you want to ask? No. Okay, so I'll go to the next question. Saya tahu nanti ada banyak soalan. Sabar. Tuan, sihat. Okay, Tuan Nur Azman, JPJ Enforcer dekat sini, okay? How is JPJ planning to enhance enforcement to reduce accident involving heavy vehicles while also ensuring the measures are practical and not overburdensome pada operator? Tuan, boleh budi bicara lah kalau kita kena. Ada tak lagi?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Selamat tengah hari, audience. Okay, sir, before we go to see the planning or way forward JPJ regarding the accident involved by heavy vehicle, first thing, when we talk about driver, vehicle, and road, all this rule or law under Road Transport Act, power that the law, okay? But all industry must know when the driver on the road, something is compulsory. You must have.
Dia punya amanah.
Yes, driver license, road tax, and insurance. This is compulsory. When
Basic.
you drive, yes, compulsory. Because when you see in road transport rule, starting for section 19, ending 103, I think, they talk about regarding insurance only, because recover to third party, compulsory recover to third party. This law, okay. So you see that kalau accident at least kalau you have insurance third party, you can cover the other party, okay. But right now, lately kalau kita tengok on the road sekarang ni, in the market lah, semua transporter banyak tahu when vehicle road tax expired, insurance valid. Road tax expired.
Ada. Siapa? Angkat
Road
tangan.
tax expired because you know road tax expired, insurance valid, you can go to compound, no need go to court. If you expired road tax, insurance, you must go compulsory go to court. So denda kat court very high lah. So ini yang JPJ buat monitoring. So regarding this thing, way forward, JPJ under development one system, they calling AMPR, automatic number plate recognition. That system to capture the plate vehicle, to get the detail vehicle regarding road tax and insurance.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dah start ke?
Yes, on development, because maybe on 2027 kita dah starting. So any vehicle, kalau road tax expired, insurance mati, that system capture, we generate the summons automatically, then we notify to you by at my JPJ.
Tuan, so ini
coming soon.
Dia position kat mana? Dalam tol saja
So
atau
this system first step we put on enforcement vehicle.
Okay, faham.
So after this maybe all the plaza tu we have put that camera.
Hancur lah.
Carrying.
Cepat.
Okay.
Ada lagi 1 tahun,
So
2 tahun.
This way forward another to make sure to everybody we protect when on the road. Okay.
Untunglah siapa datang hari ni, sudah tahu sudah nak main.
Okay. The second thing we now on development HS Wing, high speed wave emotion. High speed wave emotion actually to detect the all vehicle, commercial vehicle yang overloading. So this system generate 24 hours, 7 days. So this area, I think we have 3 location this area to capture because
boleh tahu mana?
Ada.
Okay.
Satu Jalan Parang, you know that Jalan Parang. Yang kedua Jalan Pulau Indah. Yang ketiga Jalan Kapal Kuala Selangor. So ada, dan satu lagi dekat Selangor ada di from KLIA go to Salak Tinggi.
Jalan Pulau Indah means Haulier cannot lari jadi semua kena
So this system to make sure commercial vehicle fulfill the requirement, fulfill the law, follow the law. Because you know
ini untuk weight saja.
Weight.
Bukan speeding. Ini
No,
weight sajalah, weight saja.
Untuk berat saja. That's why they calling high speed weight emotion. You speed 120, you have the still boleh capture. Tapi tak adalah sampai bila overload, tak adalah sampai 120. When you overload, I think around 60 or 70 km per hour, isn't it? So that is way forward to make sure keselamatan jalan raya tu terjamin.
Tuan, moving forward tu bila? 2026, 2027?
No, for HSV next year.
Next year. Oh, guys, next year.
For HSV next year, right now on development already. Okay. So the last part, actually, I interesting the presentation before this because
daripada man.
Yeah, from man, because so many vehicle get the new features inside for safety, isn't it? For safety. So whatever for safety, seat belt is very important, I tell you. Seat belt is the primary safety. Airbag secondary. Airbag bila you crash, big crash baru dia keluar. Tapi first safety is the seat belt. That's why kalau kita tengok when we see the oil tanker, all they use safety belt. So that's one safety belt very, very, very important. That's why JPJ enforce this thing for especially for public service vehicle. So that's all I think from me.
Ada lagi apa-apa? Tengok Presiden nak tanya.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, Tuan. Untuk this overweight, I ada satu cadangan. I have one suggestion. First of all, pada masa kita hantar, when we deliver the container untuk import ke untuk export, when we nak tarik balik for export, actually for transporter, we do know the weight. We do know how many things the shipper constantly load into the container. So when we tarik, it's overweight. So now, of course, port stop us. So we have been suggesting to enforcement, if you want to sangban, driver, company, and the cargo owner. So that will be best to prevent the customer overload into our trucks. Because now, dia tak ada saman dekat pemandu dengan haulier So dia orang load lah. So this is the thing we have been suggesting many years.
For consignor and consignee.
Ya, betul.
Also consignee.
Cargo owner.
Cargo owner.
Betul.
Okay.
Harap
betul kan?
Dipertimbangkan.
Betul kan? Cargo owner pun sama kan?
Semua dah tepuk
So
tangan.
macam ni, dia orang tak ada overload kan?
Sir, actually this law implement already under Akta Lembaga Pelaksanaan Kenderaan Perangan, LPKP, before this. But this act using on Sabah and Sarawak only. So I think APAT must buat pindaan lah, dia boleh baik. So APAT dia charge owner saja. So untuk makluman juga, for HSU ini, kita memang charge owner saja, tapi kita tak implement under APAT section. Kita hanya implement under APJ. So compound dia, kalau not more than 35%, I think you can pay around 300. Above than that, we still go under road transport rule, road transport acts. The found below minimum 1,000, maximum 10,000. So for using for enforcement for HSU, okay?
Okay, then we will talk to APAT and together see how to enforce this. It will definitely reduce all the
Sir,
overweight.
I take note this one. I try to.
APAT pun tengah ambil note tu. Okay.
And about the last thing, Tuan, you cerita, the safety bill.
Yeah.
I personally attend one of the manufacturing safety bills, the training issue. The data they give to me, if you wear safety belt, whenever you encounter accident, 90% will save your life. Okay, so this is very important. I agree with Tuan. Then second thing is, we have one issue in Malaysia. I think everybody will have a lot of Malaysian here. Semua duduk dekat bus tak ada pakai.
Tapi kita enforce.
Whoever see bus got wear safety belt kau lah. Ada. So this one have to do an enforcement lah. Because many accidents involved in buses, a lot of people died because tak ada safety belt. Tuan, betul eh?
Betul.
Mr. T, you mana ada guna bus punya? You driver lah, you cakap ada. Mana? You jangan tipu Mr. T.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, sorry. I just joke with him. He's the boss. Dia ada driver. Mana ada duduk bus. Lepas tu dia cakap ada bus safety belt. Okay, sorry, Mr. T. Okay, last question. This one I think I post it to all the panelists. In recent months, we have seen new additional safety requirement. Baru-baru ni banyak keluar enforcement being introduced into the commercial vehicle industry. From your perspective lah, from from the companies, from manufacturers, from government, how can the industry and the authorities work together to ensure smooth implementation? Sebab kadang-kadang karang kabut, you tahu kan? Straight, I tak pasti, ada tak macam ni? No lah, dengar cerita macam ni. I heard the story is like this. No, you ask the manufacturer. Manufacturer said, no can. So, anyways tak, when there is a new policy coming out, we get the relevant party. So, what is your, ada tak pandangan? Last question for the panelists. Siapa-siapa boleh jawab?
Hello.
Anybody?
Okay, I start first. From my point, from the industry point of view, like what we have discussed just now, 90% of the accident happen because of a human error. So the human is the first one to be focused, like driver training, drivers attendance to the things, any technology, ADAS, driver management system to help to monitor the driver performance. All these things have to be applied as soon as possible, implement as soon as possible. So we hope that with all this, we will minimize the accident rate, especially from the commercial vehicle. Because of the size of the commercial vehicle, whenever accident happen, it sure cause a lot of damages to life and everything. So one of the things that industry have to accept is, our customer, they don't care. They want your container. Whether you use ADAS, you use any system, they don't care. So our industry have to understand and accept the safety is part of the cost everyone have to pay. Customer don't care. If customer don't care, you pakai lori 30 tahun, 50 tahun, itu tata hantar container pun boleh. But they don't care whether safety or not. So driver, customer, operator, both the mentor itself have to change first. This is what my comments. Thank you.
Yeah, right. So I totally agree to this, because it's all about attitude. So if you have the right attitude and can force the culture that everyone want to be safe, then of course you can change something. So, but also coming back, and it's not a criticism. So, shortly you introduced SLD. So, and a lot of companies are complaining, coming to us, why we have to do this, it comes with additional cost and so on. I personally have to say it's a good initiative. It's really a good initiative, but what we can do better is that we are sitting together first. Because not for MAN, it's not an issue, we can easily do it. But if someone, for example, has changed the ISU in the vehicle, then it becomes quite complicated. So means we have to find a solution for all the vehicles first, especially the manufacturer as us, sitting together, what is possible, how long does it take, and then if everyone's agree how we want to implement it, then we can implement this. So that would be much easier, smooth, and we have for all the customers the right answer straight away, how we are doing it, what costs this, what does it cost, and this is what I would ask for. Please involve us. Then I think we will find together the best way to implement all these needed regulations in the market.
Thank you. Tuan.
Okay, for me, change management is important. Okay, whether it's from a government and also from the manufacturer. I rasa Mr. Su pun tahun ni about 2-3 times going to APAT, right? We discuss about the regulation and everything. So it's a good start, AMH and also APAT. And also, please follow our Facebook, our Instagram and our name for new info lah.
Tuan nanti share you punya link semua pada Azwan dan kita akan post pada semua orang.
Boleh,
okay,
can.
Thank you.
Okay, so Mr. Azarin.
So, from my perspective, I think, of course, we need to enhance our, communication between industry and the regulator. Because the main issue is sometimes industry have mungkin
pandangan lain.
Pemahaman tu berbeza.
Yes, okay, pemahaman lain.
Right. Dan maybe the solution is, that's why I'm suggest just now, consultation, domestic consultation perlu dilaksanakan terlebih dahulu. Okay, right. So through the consultation, we can get the data, we can get the input. So industry pun aware, input from JPJ, why JPJ implement this, why. So kami pun, JPJ pun, kenapa? Why industry?
Kalau KA punya license, you boleh panggil kita. Kita willing to come, kita willing to bincang. So at least kita boleh cakap member, yes, we are in dialogue with JPJ. Ini yang diorang nak dengar.
Right. So sesi consultation, dialog perlu we need to enhance the session. And another ones, after we join the dialogue, the consultation, the input must be perlu what we call disebarkan, okay, dan disemak, okay, dan dikongsikan. Sebab based on my previous lots experience when we conduct the consultation, so after we conduct the second consultation, seolah-olah maklumat yang kita kongsi sebelum ni tidak diperhalusi oleh industri, dan kami pun kadang-kadang pun macam itu juga, dan kami harapkan so sama-sama kita perhalusilah setiap maklumat yang diperolehi, dan apabila next session kita boleh bincang semula perkara baru, bukan perkara yang dahulu dibincangkan. So
actually menarik tuan, sebenarnya kita nak macam ni sesi, tapi biasanya tak dapat. So kalau maybe moving forward, maybe like I said, moving forward, if there's anything to do with anything coming out, with anything coming out, boleh nanti Azwan boleh bagi contact, at least we can, you know, kita bincang. And you nak sebarkan information ni, all the members here today are actual Haulier KA license holder. Satu kali sebar, we conquer at least about in whole of Malaysia, we are about 60 to 70% of total volume. Total volume. So memang kita sebar, you are sebar to the correct people. Okay, Tuan?
Tambahan. Okey. Apa yang saya jelaskan tadi adalah pengalaman tim saya semasa kita mengadakan konsultasi dengan pengeluar-pengeluar kenderaan. Okey. Right.
Okay.
Untuk industri syarikat logistik, kita actually
tak ada sangat lah.
Tak ada sangat lah. Right. So berdasarkan pengalaman tim bahagian kejuruteraan otomotif yang lebih kepada pengeluar pembina badan kenderaan, itulah yang dilaksanakan. So kami akan buat consultation dan kami akan panggil, and then kita akan teruskan sesi-sesi dialog tu sehinggalah satu dasar muktamad diputuskanlah. So itulah. So selebihnya dia bergantung kepada
penguatkuasa,
enforcement jugalah.
Enforcement. Okay. Last word from enforcement, Misty.
Okay, follow the data from MyROS. Actually, technical mistake on vehicle about 10% only, and then environment around 5%. Driver problem, I tell you, because you follow the rule 10, road traffic rule, road traffic rule, yes, road traffic rule, rule 10B. Rule 10B, dia any commercial vehicle, the driver commercial vehicle cannot drive more than 8 hours per day. Very clear that law. Very clear that law. Rule 10B. You take note that one, you can read that law. Cannot drive more than 8 hours per day. One thing. The second thing, when you driving long distance, more than 300 kilometers, compulsory you have two driver. Or you drive distance time to around more than 4 hours, you kena ada dua driver. That law, that's why right now government kita implement for public service vehicle lah, especially bus express, because dia must on time arrival. Untuk commercial vehicle ni kita faham dia tak perlu rush dan dia ada masa untuk rehat. Kalau kadang-kadang dia berhenti dekat R&R to take rest kan. But company, that's why dalam section section 57 for cargo, for container, section 22 for kenderaan bas persendirian, section 41 for bas persiaran, tanggungjawab kepada responsibility under company owner to make sure driver tu cukup rest. I tell you. That's why kalau anything happen, berlaku macam kemalangan, something like Tol Kajang ataupun Greek Upsi yang mati 15 dekat Teluk Intan, kita charge, kita terpaksa charge. Macam dekat Teluk Intan, lori dia bawa barang lain, tak sepatutnya dia bawa batu. Sebab bawa batu dia tak melanggar peraturan. So that's why I think owner and driver kena ada collaboration, kena ada kerjasama. Driver kalau rasa penat kena bagi tahu, kena take rest. Owner pun tak boleh nak make profit saja. You kena make sure you punya pekerja mesti ada
sufficient rest.
Yes. So that's all from me. Thanks.
Thank you, Tuan. Okay, thank you very much. So now we will open the floor for questions. Okay, mic standby. Okay, ada soalan? Tiba-tiba semua senyap. Dah clear. Clear already ya. Wah, you cakap clear je, tangan sudah angkat.
Thank you to the panels here. So I like to ask, thanks to all of you all to coming here. And as what my question is that, so mostly for the safety side, as what everyone did. Normally we have a good drivers and also we also have a good truck. Sometimes new truck also got accident and also things. But you must, possibility must see also. The another point I see the road. We have a lot of road problems. No? Today you go to SKV or WC, you just imagine when you drive a car, you just take 80 kilometers or 100 kilometers, you can fly. Like a bumper every corner of the things. So you just imagine a truck which carry around 20 ton or 25 tons of trucks. Just imagine how can they drive in this type of a roads. So sometimes our vehicle get more damage because of this road. So I think definitely you're not from the road transport department, so JKR or things. So you must understand, like when our truck get more faults, when we go to the workshop say the sensor, selalu potong tu sensor lah, masuk lagi satu tempat. So they cut the sensor. So this is not about the driver or the lorries. So must make sure also the road is very bad. Basically the big highway which you pay toll, WC and SKV, I think nowhere NKV is good lah. Okay, we can do. But this type of a road system is very bad. So where we talk about safety now, when you are giving a authorized approval for this type of road for us to drive, it's not a concept. So I think the industry also you also must think about our side, more about these things there. Another point also, like what Mr. Su say, if you put a weight and if you are penalize us or summon the things, nothing will. The customers is very important. You need to penalize them rather than us, because they say tirapala, summon by forwarders, or maybe you give to us, we give to forwarding, then the customers never come in the pictures. So I think the authorities also must find how to do with these road systems there. The road is more important because basically today even our car got accident because of the road, not because of the car. So thank you.
Thank you. Saya tak tahu ada soalan sana ke tak ada, tapi basically dia cerita it's not always only Haulier lah. Ada tak kita melihat the road condition also? Will that be also considered? I know tak ada dalam you punya jurisdiction, but maybe Mr. Su can enlighten us a little bit.
Hello. Okay, it's not a question, it's a conditions that it happens. Of course, many times as association will highlight to the authority, to the Lembaga Bulaya Malaysia also, the road condition, the infrastructure is always not enough, not good enough to support. For example, many times AMH association, I think it's already 10 years, we already highlight to the JKR to build the motor lane where the Jalan Pulau Indah and the Jalan to Northport separated the motorcyclists compared to the major vehicle. I think the Jalan Pulau Indah is the highest accident rate in Malaysia because of the trucks. So the most of the time, yang kemelangan mati is a motorcyclist. So, but JKL come back, budget tak ada, tak cukup. So we will still keep reminding the authorities, that relevant authorities, to improve the condition of the infrastructure. And with the volume increase, there's many times in NLTF also I highlighted, current pork length increase, the percentage very fast in 5 years time, the current infrastructure already cannot support. So this thing need the government sides for the long-term planning. One side you want to promoting the Malaysia as a logistic hub, but in the other way, the facility have to be there to support lah. This is the things that both private sector and the authority have to share. So I think this one can help on this. So of course, you will not have a perfect condition for our trucks. The best is separated the truckers and the normal vehicle, but I don't think we have that kind of.
We all sama-sama jalan raya. Maka ada soalan belakang sana, Encik tadi. Belakang dia, angkat tangan. Yes.
Okay, Assalamualaikum dan selamat tengah hari. Saya Cik Miswan daripada Container National Berhad. I think yes, I agree that a lot of incident because of people. Tapi looking at the industry now, we are struggling with the K2 implement road heavy vehicle restriction. Heavy vehicle restriction kita lost 6 hours in a day. Pagi 3 jam, petang 3 jam. So heavy vehicle tak boleh lalu. Then K2 implementation by customs. Before this, port bagi kita 5 days free. Tapi kita dah siap load, kita tak boleh masuk port because of K2 by custom. So our rate only one movement. Pergi depo, customer port. But now with this implementation, depo, customer staging lah dekat mana-mana, waiting for K2. So akan ada additional cost. Semua last minute. That's why on our industry sekarang, fatigue is a number one issue. Kita tak boleh nak rely because driver based on incentive. Kalau dia kerja 8 pagi, pukul 4 petang on our company is 8 hours. So they just move only 2 trips. Pagi satu, petang satu. Itu pun tak boleh masuk port. Because of some customer, they have a big volume. 1 BL, they take time to do a clearance. So hope AMH can take lead to improve all this, to ensure that to minimize the double handling. On our company, let's say, 1 move 400. Before this, 1 move only. Deliver and enter the port. But now we have a lot of stock to complete the journey. Rate 1. By the end nanti all the repair maintenance, kita akan tengok parts mana yang paling murah. So back to repair maintenance lah. Brake sama, you ada brake, I ada brake. Tapi sana makan lebih, sini makan kurang. So the cause of accident. So all this, hope all the industry can support Hauliers teams to reduce the operational cost because of this new policy and implementation. Okay, that's all from my view. Thank you.
Thank you. So Tuan, memang tak ada soalan sana, tapi just showing you that there is a reason why tadi Tuan cakap pasal fatigue. Then of course the truck, why we actually use spare part. Some of it we don't even tak ada guna langsung. Itu tak payah, kita payah keluarkan. So dia tanya cerita the whole scenario why this happened. Mr. Su?
Sorry, I think that statements from him is 2 things. One is the road band of the highway, the recently the elite highway dengan tu Dutch highway. Ya, Bukit Raja dah lama. Sekarang the baru is the elite highway and the Kuantan one. What's the Duke highway, right? So that part, just how he mentioned AMH, so I have to. Okay, we already have the engagement with Lembaga Lebulaya Malaysia. And with that, we also raised our concerns that the trucks that going to the East Coast, Kuantan, last time the driver leaves 6 o'clock, reaching 9:30. But with the 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock limitation on the route band, now our driver have to leave 3 a.m. 3 a.m. because to pass the 6 to 9 limitation route band on the Duke Highway. And when he arrived through there, early morning, 7 o'clock, still got to wait. Kilang belum buka. So we give standard 2 to 4 hours for loading for customer, for export. Once the container loading, the pemandu had to rush back to avoid the 4 to 7 route band. So satu trip pergi Kuantan, tuan, dah kulang-kulang 12 to 16 jam. How to reach 8 jam kerja? Tak mungkin. So dekat Elite Highway is the main highway go down to the south, to JB, Melaka, Nilai, Seremban. Sama. If the pemandu, kalau mau pergi Melaka, now he have to leave 4 a.m. to avoid. But of course, we have the WCE now to connect, to direct. But the WCE today, the jam pagi atau petang, dari Bandar Puteri, dari WCE entry, all the way to Bandar Puteri. So this is the problem. It already increased the operating hour of the pemandu. We already put this to APAT, I think the last meeting, right? So we are discussing to APAT of the drivers operating hours already. Then second, if the pemandu divert the traffic, he don't want to use the highway, he use the coastal route. Berapa sekolah, berapa balai, berapa hospital dia mau lalu. Jadi lebih masalah, lebih risiko untuk kemenangan di coastal route. Betul kan? So I think we already put it thing to the Lembaga Lebuh Malaysia. It's not a good idea to ban the trucks. It actually should reduce the passengers transport greater on the road. Many countries, China, Indonesia, they already have the different date. Odd number and even number can be on the road. Why? They want to reduce the car on the road, not the trucks. That's number one. Number two, kalau itu lorry, now they ban the trucks going to the city. This container 20 tons, the cargo have to go to city. So instead of container going, the 20-ton cargo have to change to 4-5 ton. Are you reducing the traffic? 20 tan tak boleh masuk kan? Tukarlah 4 lori 5 tan. You are not reducing the traffic. Am I right? So we are giving a lot of feedback, try to solve all these things. So this is about the route ban and all this. Already, many meetings already. AMH is not sitting doing nothing, okay? So second one is the K2. The K2, nothing related to this gentleman already. They want custom. Today, custom is not here. So we will not keep on that. We know that things. I will talk to Secretary Office. We already bring this up to the LBK and try to solve this out. So we have some solutions and are working on it. But of course, today what I say is not going to happen tomorrow, right? So you have to give us some time. That is about the route close and this. But one same thing, we are talking to APAT on the pemandu punya kerja masa. So there is some suggestion instead of total per hour, tapi we are working out on the per week basis one, right? Per week basis, but maximum daily. And per shift, 4-hour driving, but got to stop for half an hour, something like that.
Dia actually, that rule, dia bagi tahu 8 jam pemanduan, bukan 8 jam bekerja. Saya mean you boleh bawa 2 jam, rehat 1 jam. You bawa lagi 2 jam, rehat 1 jam. So total per day 8 jam. That rule bagi tahu. Itu maksud undang-undang. Cuma kita dapat keluaran, ini zaman masa YB Menteri Lee Leong Sik lagi. Pengecualian ini diberi kepada semua lori. Hanya kita spesifik kepada bas ekspres saja. Ada kena saman ke? Tak ada kan? Ada. Tapi nak ceritanya, you sebagai pemilik syarikat kena monitor this thing. Sebab saya relate dengan Myros punya data. Myros punya data 85% human error. Human error maybe fatigue, maybe gaduh dengan bini tadi. Semualah human. I mean human problem. Bukan vehicle technical mistake. Bukan vehicle. Vehicle technical mistake ni minimum sangat. Dan overloading. Overloading, I tell you, because overloading, you akan membuat kepanasan brake tu lagi kuat apabila you going downhill, whatever. Brake tu you cannot, because you overload. So that's why you kena ada, satu you ada kemahiran. Kemahiran mestilah. So you, kalau saya bagi lori kat saya, bawa 1 jam, 1 hour time, balik jadi kancil lori tu. Because the driver, dia profession dia very, I salute. Driver lori, I salute. Dia punya professional, not, bukan semua orang boleh. You bagi saya lori tu, balik jadi kancil lori tu. Habis saya langgar. So kita kena appreciate the driver, because kalau you go to overseas, the driver dia something like professional, something like pilot, aeroplane punya pilot. The driver, because kemahiran dia tu bukan semua orang boleh. So itu maksud saya, I mean kita sebagai owner company, kita kena make sure pemandu kita berada dalam keadaan fit. Fit the driver. Okay, that's all.
Thank you, Tuan. Okay, guys, give a round of applause for our panelists for today. I think a lot of things that we get to know. Please, later on, they'll still be around. Have a chat with them. Thank you again. I think that I will end the session. We are already short on time. Azwan, I'll pass it back to...
And any more question can send to Secretary Office. We will forward to all the panelists if kalau ada lebih soalan dah, okay?
I pass it back to Azwan, FOC.
Tuan cakap FOC. Answer question FOC. Saman tak ada FOC.
Azwan.
Alright, thank you. Thank you everyone. Thank you for the panelists. For all the panelists, alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of panel 2. So give us 1 minute, just 1 minute only, just 1 minute to prepare for the next agenda, which is the Tech in Action. So I'll invite all our panelists back to the seat. Thank you, Mr. Su. Thank you, Mr. Mark. And then thank you also to Cik Hafiz. Tuan Razman. Tuan Razman actually last minute, dia baru hari lepas bagi tahu nak datang. Okay, terima kasih Tuan Razman datang. Alright, just 1 minute. So we're gonna prepare a bit. So don't worry, 1 minute ni macam video buffering je lah, sekejap je. While we wait for the buffering, we now move to the Tech in Action. Can we do now? Okay, alright ladies and gentlemen, the wait is over. Tak sampai 1 minit pun. So it's time for some real action on stage. We've had the discussion, now we see the technology in motion. Please welcome Encik Faris from the Vehicle Tech, VEHTECH, right? VEHTECH, who will be showing us how their cutting-edge system brings safety, intelligence, and touch of innovation. Encik Faris, the stage is yours.
Okay, Assalamualaikum dan selamat tengah hari kepada semua, datuk-datuk, datin-datin, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan semua. Okay, so nama saya Faris dari VEHTECH team. So, VEHTECH, okay, saya akan I will do a little bit introduction. So, this VEHTECH was start in Singapore on 2015, and then we are dedicated for R&D telematic technologies. And then, but now we are working together with Streamax team, Mr. Nigel from Streamax team, and also Vertex for do the demo for these safety features. Okay. So what safety features that we want to provide today is like our video telematic solution. Before this, we are here by GPS, like monitoring vehicle system. But right now, I think we are moved to video telematic system, but not normal video telematic system, but this one including AI system. What this video telematic system can do is for monitoring driver behavior. So like like Miss Wan asking, mentioned like driver fatigue or something. So this device can help prevent for driver fatigue. Okay. So this one is our platform and also our equipment, some of model like dashcam or MDVR. And then, okay, what this dashcam can do? So this dashcam is coming with 2 cameras, meaning for front and also inside the cabin. And also, it also can plug in another camera for monitoring driver behavior. So what this monitoring driver we can do? So we can monitor other driver fatigue during driving and also monitor other driver wearing their seat belt or not. So if driver not wearing the seat belt, so the device will capture the alert and send to their client immediately with the videos for the evidence the driver not wearing the seat belt during the driving. And also, if the driver fatigue, we also capture the fatigue evidence and then send to the customer, and then customer can take action immediately to asking driver to take a rest. Okay. So it's not only fatigue and sit back, and also can monitor if driver playing mobile phone or smoking, and also like distraction, not focusing during their driving. Okay. So right now we will do live demo. So for this live demo, I will menjemput Mr. Dom to present for the live demo.
Wah, Dom ni banyak role lah dia hari ni. Wah, you jadi moderator, you jadi semua, ha? So you have your mic over there? Can you use that one? No? Alright, can use this one.
Dia tak bayar saya tau. Saya AMH pun bagi nasi lemak je.
Okay, so our live demo, I will show the live system, live monitoring system.
Dia bagi saya script. He gave me a script, so I have to read lah. Thank you, Faris. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. YB, Dato, Datin, and all our distinguished VIP guests here today. My name is Dominic, nama glamour Dom, okay, from Vertex Mission. And I'm honored to be standing here today with our friends from Streamax to conduct a live demonstration on board one of my Sunny trucks, okay? Today, we'll be showcasing the capabilities of two critical technologies, which is Advanced Driver Assistance System, ADAS, and Driver Monitoring System, DMS. As many of you know, these systems are designed to enhance driver safety, protect the cargo which the driver is bringing, and paling penting, save lives on the road, okay? Now, I won't be just talking here today. I tried to set up a live demo for you. Boleh video keluar sikit. You will get to see everything in live action firsthand. For this demonstration, I'll begin with the ADAS system. Features which shows you exactly how they work on the road, and then move on to the DMS system so you can witness how the driver is alerted when they are driving. If everything is smooth, biasalah kalau smooth, saya ambil masa 5 hingga 8 minit saja. So jangan leave the hall. Can make the, oh, you want to put like that? Okay. So joining us today is my driver and my co-driver, Adham. Okay. Oi, tak boleh dengar you. Speaker. Sabar, relax lah. Dah cakap dah. Tak kasih chance pun. I think if they enlarge, they cannot see their.
Ada boleh test cakap.
Ada boleh cakap. Roger. Dah boleh dengar.
Hello, Roger. Roger.
Saya suruh Adham lah, bukan Ayadi jawab lah. Relax lah, di. Okay, that's Ayadi and Adham, supported by my Marcus, led by Marcus there. Okay, that's my operation guy who made everything hopefully smooth today. While Mr. Ashraf and Hussein is on standby in the pickup truck. Don't worry, I dah ada pickup truck untuk jaga dia punya traffic dekat sana. Okay, so buckle up. This won't be your normal presentation. You are going to see real life world-saving technology working right before your eyes. Okay, first punya basic, macam kita cakap tadi, safety belt. Tak pakai kan safety belt?
Okay, what?
Automatically detected. Okay, cepat-cepat pakai. Nanti accident semua dekat sini tangkap lah. Habis lah kita.
Kita ada JPJ sini ya.
JPJ pun ada sini lah. Okay, Roger. The next thing we'll be testing is the lane departure. Sudah masuk main road? Okay, belum. Masuk dulu. So the lane departure will detect if they are not putting any signal, they're weaving towards the lane. So what will happen is that they will detect that you are off the lane. Okay, U-turn. Okay, teruskan Adham. Lane departure detection. Okay, masuk.
Over speed warning.
Overspeed pula you, sudah laju. Okay, so that is the speeding warning, which he has actually exceeded the speed. Jangan risau belakang ada escort belakang ada escort. Belum keluar lagi.
Belum.
Okay, tak apa, you bawa dulu sampai dia lane you. Okay, nampak? Dia sudah keluar daripada dia punya lane tanpa letak signal, lane departure sudah keluar. Dia 3 kali you buat, 3 kali dia keluar terus. Okay? Saya tengok you akan buat U-turn kan dekat sini, bro. Okay, you U-turn dulu, then kita akan, the next one I'm going to show you is basically the front collision. If it's too close to the vehicle, then the system will actually tell you that, look here, you're too close to the vehicle. Alright, U-turn dulu guys. Wah, mana ni? Ini macam kita punya office je.
Promote office sendiri ke?
Office sendiri lah. Baru boleh control. Kalau masuk jalan raya besar habis. Accident pula. Apa tu? Rapid deceleration.
Harsh braking.
Harsh braking. Kuat sangat you tekan lah brake. Okay, that is my truck. Jangan risau, itu truck saya. Itu pickup saya. Alright, simulate sekarang. Close proximity. You see that? Front collision warning. Dah terus detected dah. Okay, memang sudah ada. Berapa kali you nak dekat dia? So, also kat sana, you boleh tengok tak? Harsh dengan harsh acceleration. Terus, saya baru nak cakap. Bila dia terlalu dekat, dah harsh braking, dia dah detect lah. You tiba-tiba apa pasal brake? Why you suddenly brake? Okay? And then, you have the acceleration, because he wants to catch up, again harsh acceleration. So, all this data ni, we can now also dapat untuk apa? Untuk monitor driver punya behavior, driving behavior. Ciwa, saya macam dia punya company punya orang pula. Driver behavior punya statistik you can do. Whether dia suka tekan brake, dia sudah tekan laju cepat dan sebagainya. Okay? Alright guys, are we good for the next part? Dah masuk lane ke? Adam? Sudah masuk lane ke? Belum
Ya. Lagi 1 kilo.
1 kilo jauhnya you bawa. So saya kena menari kat sini ke? Tunggu you bawa sana. Okay, Roger. Okay, so that covers the ADAS part of it. So advanced driver system. Now we will go on to the more of the DMS, which is the driver management system. So this one, some companies are very particular. They would like to put all of this information or control the driver. So what happened is, dah sampai ke bro? Sudah nak sampai? Okay. Alright. The reason why I asked them to go into this specific lane is that because now they have the distraction, I don't want anybody to be around. So this place that they are going is no cars at all. Okay, tak ada kereta langsung. Alright, so just bear with me. Okay, cantik. Lepas tu, Di, dah boleh terus rokok dah. Okay, so first one, if let's say you have some policies not to have the driver smoking inside the cabin, what will happen is that boleh detect smoking juga. Okay? Okay, can So as long as you put, they will detect. Handphone pula sekarang.
Okay, what?
Baru cakap tak ada kereta masuk.
How do we know this is automated, not you pushing the button?
Mana button? Saya mana ada button sini?
So,
okay, sorry ini apa tapi sudah keluar.
Mobile
okay?
phone.
Dia punya connection sana apa. Sorry dia kacau saya lah. Ui, orang buat demo lah. Okay, so the handphone sudah buat. Next one is what? I pun sudah lupa. Distraction. Ada awek kat sebelah sana ke? Tengok sikit. Awek Cun mana? Sana tak ada awet je. Okay, lori. Okay, sorry ya. Lori ada sana. Lepas dulu, Dam. I rasa sini tak sesuai untuk buat demo. You keluar daripada lane ni dulu baru jalan.
Boleh buat.
Sorry guys, safety first so just bear with me. Okay, next punya ialah distraction. Pandang tepi untuk tengok awet. So dia sudah pandang tepi, ada one girl with a short skirt, dia sudah few seconds sudah pandang, then driver distraction keluar. Okay? So next one is the last two, which is yawning and also fatigue. Maknanya dia mengantuk dengan dia menguap. Menguap, is it?
Menguap.
Menguap. Okay? So boleh test, bro?
Menguap kena tutup mulut.
So yawning sudah ada. Second punya mengantuk. Tak apa. You pusing you masuk dulu. Safety dulu bro, masuk dulu.
Jalan ni teruk lah. Dekat mana ni? JKR kena report.
You janganlah. Bagi saya habis saya main demo dulu boleh tak? Nanti kasut ni terbang baru tahu. Okay, mengantuk. Adi, you jaga sikit Adi.
Okay.
Oi, itu sudah mati tu. Apa ni sistem? Sudah mati belum lagi detect. Aduh. Saya nak nyuruh lah. Baru nak keluar baju dah. Tak detect lagi. Anggap detect je lah. Anda detect je. Dia tak mengantuk tu, tak mengantuk.
Sebab
itu
dia tak
nampak
mengantuk tu, dia tak boleh tipu, dia tak boleh tipu sistem.
Tengah cover, dia tak ada mengantuk. So okay, jalan. Anyway guys, that's my demo for today. Okay, thank you very much. I pass it back to the guys. Guys, nanti masuk untuk lunch cepat hala. Alright, guys.
Okay, thank you Mr. Dom.
Sorry. Ayah, saya ada lagi satu lah. Bagi saya, I nak berpantun sikit. Boleh tak? I nak berpantun sikit. Mesti lebih sikit.
Lambat lah you.
Sorry lah. Relax lah. I tadi dah panik dah. Tak boleh keluar tu. Okay. Lori besar gagah di jalan raya. Muatan dibawa selamat sejahtera. Adas menjaga, pandu berjaya. Elak bahaya, cegah malapetaka. Pemandu fokus, jangan leka. DMS memantau setiap ketika. Teknologi pintar bersama kita, keselamatan terjamin, hidup sejahtera. Thank you guys.
Okay, thank you Mr. Dom. So for me to close the presentation today, so based on our live demo, right? So the customer can monitor the alert lively. So meaning they can get the alert in live and then they can inform to the driver immediately also if the driver fatigue to stop rest. And then I want to add additional also, our device is capable to intercom to the driver via system. So you don't need to call via handphone, you just press the button in the system to communicate with the driver. Okay, so that's all from my side. And then if you have any question, you can visit our booth on below there. And then that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Cik Faris from the VEH Tech, Vehicle Tech. And also Mr. Dominic Martin, dia pakai banyak role hari ni. Okay, thank you. So it is clear that innovation will play a key role in helping the haulage industry achieve higher safety standards. So before we proceed to the next agenda, on behalf of AMH, I would like to take a moment to express our sincere appreciation to all our sponsors for making this event possible, which is our main sponsors, MAN Truck and Buses Malaysia, Streamax, TransLink Solution, DND Control Malaysia Sdn Bhd. Please drop by and visit their table and booth at the back of the hall. We also like to extend our gratitude to Northport Malaysia Berhad and also Westport Malaysia Sdn Bhd for their valuable support as event sponsors. Thank you once again to all our sponsors for your strong commitment and contribution to the success of AMH Coffee Talk 2025. So next we have the presentation of tokens. So as a token of our appreciation to all panelists today for their time and their valuable contribution, may I call upon AMH President, Mr. Su Chi Yong, to the stage to present a memento to the panelist speaker. Firstly, I would like to invite Mr. Mahendra Raja Selvaraja, the CEO of D&D Control Malaysia Sdn Bhd. Wow, very fast you tukar, Dom. Oh, macam Superman lah you ni. All right, next, we would like to call upon Dato' Abdul Razak bin Nazahidin, Director of A Raza & Co., our AMH accounting firm. Okay, next I would like to call upon Mr. Mark Appel, the Managing Director of MAN Truck and Buses Malaysia Sdn Bhd. Next, I will call upon Encik Hafiz, the Assistant Director from Land Public Transport Agency atau APAD. Next, I would like to call upon Tuan Azharin, the Assistant Director from the Road Transport Department JPJ Bahagian Kejuruteraan Otomotif. Okay, next I would like to call Tuan Nur Azman, Ketua Penolong Pegawai Penguatkuasa Kanan from the JPJ Enforcement. Tuan Nur Azman boleh dihubungi 24/7, dia cakap free je. Dia pun kerja 8 jam. Okay. Alright. Okay, last but not least, Mr. Su, wait. Last but not least to our moderator, Mr. Dominic Navin Martin. Boleh jadi banyak role dia hari ni. Wah, banyak songai pula dia ni. Okay, to officially close today's event, I would like to once again call our President, AMH, Mr. Su Chi Yong, to deliver his closing remark.
Okay, I didn't prepare for the closing remark. Anyway, thanks to all of yours. Without you all, we can't have the success of this Coffee Talk 2025 of AMH. We look forward next year. We try to deliver more interesting topic and related to the industry. And again, thank you very much to all the sponsors. Thank you very much to the team. Thank you everybody. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Su. Ladies and gentlemen, the lunch is ready, but wait, they will serve shortly after this. But we have one more before we head over to the lunch area. We want to have a group photo session with all the attendees, but not here. In the entrance near the truck display over there. So we want everybody to move over there and then take a photo, then come back to have a lunch here. Can we do that? Hopefully everybody can support that. Okay, we can go to the truck in front there, the entrance there. Okay, for the online participant, our YouTube viewer, if you have any question, you can also type into the comment section below and also address and submit your question to the Secretariat Office. Thank you. Haji tahu jangan